Welcome to Horror Movie Mavens, and thanks for joining us. Before we jump into the review, which I'm very excited about, I'd like to notify all of our Horror Movie Mavens listeners that it's a review podcast, which means it inherently will contain spoilers for the movie selection of the week. Films in the horror movie genre often contain adult themes, graphic language, and some images that can be shocking to some of our more sensitive listeners. To best enjoy Horror Movie Mavens podcast, you should have probably already have seen the movie or watched it in the past and maybe spruce up your knowledge, especially if you've never seen the movie before. Then, click play on us and enjoy the ride. Without further ado, let's enjoy some Horror Movie Mavens. Hey everybody, and welcome to Horror Movie Mavens. I'm your host of the most, Bad Luck Bill, here to guide you through our movie experience today. It's going to be a good one, I think, personally. Pet Sematary, 1989's Pet Sematary from Paramount Pictures. It's a rated R film. 89, it seems like a million years ago, and yet I remember 1989, go figure. And here to remember with me, to look at this movie, to evaluate it, to dissect it, to kind of poke a little fun and maybe add a little extra, is Tombstone Tom. Tom, hello, how are you?
Hello there. I'm great.
You're great.
To go through this movie.
I can't wait.
Meow meow.
I can't wait. Meow meow. You know, remember the commercial for what is it? Meow mix. Meow 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 meow. That's what I felt like this entire movie for one reason or another.
Yes.
And also joining me, he's a real cat's meow, is So Startled Sassos. So Startled, How are you?
Oh yeah, I am roaring at the gates to review this movie. I mean, I kind of went through a little bit of a Paranormal Activity experience because I grew up my 40 plus years thinking that Pet Sematary 2 was Pet Sematary 1, and I got to watch this movie for the first time, and I freaking loved it, and I can't wait to talk about it.
All right, awesome. That's a friggin' hello. You're shot out of a cannon right now.
Dude, I am Ultimate Warrior running out of the
He's
gate.
ready. He's
I
coming
am
out.
jumping
He's
out
like,
of the
I love
crowd.
this. I'm ready.
You know what? Let's do pumpkin ratings first. No, I'm joking. All right, so that's what brings us here. It's the down and dirty, the play-by-play, the ultimate review of Pet Sematary. This is episode number 20 of Horror Movie Mavens, and I'm pumped too. I think, you know what, for what it is, I've got some negative things to say about it, but for what it is, I think it's a dang good flick, and I think our viewers are going to hear all about it pretty soon. They might even enjoy it. So, Pet Sematary is an hour and 43 minutes long. The tagline of the movie is a quote from the movie: "Sometimes dead is better." What do you think about the tagline, So Startled Sassos?
Oh, dude, I love it, and I totally didn't even know, but that's a line from the movie. That's what Judd says
That's
when
right.
he's explaining to him about the Pet Cemetery and when that guy comes back. So totally a foreshadowing. You know, obviously you got to take yourself back to the 80s. You know, we didn't have any social media.
Yeah.
Kind of like an eerie kind of thing, like, oh, what's that mean? And then you go to the movie theater and you walk out of there and you're like, fuck, I can't believe that was part of the movie, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I go through these movies and I pick out who my favorite character is or who I can most relate to. I really, really, really like Judd. And we're going to get into why I like Judd and how cool Judd is and all of the Juddisms. But then simultaneously, I kind of think Judd is the villain of the movie. And I'll also get into that too. The viewers don't even know, the listeners don't even know right now who the fuck Judd is. So the movie poster is of a graveyard and Pet Sematary across the front with a dude with a, you know, weird eye difference sort of thing. One eye is blue, one eye is hazel. You know, it's got a kind of a smoky graveyard. There's a wolf in there, the whole bit. It's kind of a creepy look to it. Tombstone Tom, what did you think about the movie poster? And if you have any thoughts about the tagline, cough them up.
Oh, I think I might be looking at the wrong picture because I thought it had a cat on it.
Okay, there is a cat. Okay, the thumbnail for the movie, I think, has a cat, like doing the cat nasty
Meow,
growl, right?
meow.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I
Um.
I
So
think
yeah,
the
I
movie
hate.
poster has got what the hell is his name on it? Pascal on the front. Uh, the character Pascal, and it's basically just kind of a graveyard on the bottom, and it's kind of got like some fog and the whole bit.
Wait, so was it that guy that came back from the dead that was kind of
Yeah,
like guiding them? Okay, cool, cool,
Pascal.
very
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. The movie poster itself, my thoughts on the thing. I love the tagline. Sometimes dead is better because it
Well,
basically sums up the whole damn flick,
I
right?
hated the thing because cats.
You hated the thumbnail. You didn't
I
like
mean,
the movie poster you saw because you don't like cats.
yeah. Well, I mean, all right. So I'll say it right now. This started my fear of cats
Okay,
when I
Yes.
was younger. When I was younger.
okay.
Well, cats are evil. I mean, we can go back to Egyptian times and know that cats are demon gods sent to torture our souls. Unlike dogs that are man's best friend, cats are suspicious and cannot be trusted. I'm with you,
I,
Tom.
let me tell you something right now. I was firmly in your guys' camp about 6 or so years ago, and then I had the opportunity to live with two cats. I'm a adopted cat dad, and it's a little bit different when you're amongst them, man. They kind of adopt you as
It
their
does. Yes,
own.
it does change. Yes, my
Cats
grandmother had
are
a
like a
cat.
bad girl. Cats are like a bad girlfriend. They only come around when they want something. When you're broken up, and they're like, "Oh, I need my socks."
You said your grandmother had a cat, Tom? Is that right?
Yes, my grandmother had a full black cat, and it
Right.
was the nicest cat in the world, and that's what actually changed me over to like, oh, cats are cool.
So it was kind of like a church-esque cat, is what you're saying, the character in the movie.
Correct.
Because Church is a
But
is it a
Church was
black
gray.
cat or a
Church
gray
was
cat?
gray. Church was
Yeah,
gray.
yeah, that's who I currently live with. I've been running around calling our cat Church
Church
all
is
week.
gray until he comes back from the dead.
Yeah, and then his eyes just glow yellow. So this movie is written by Stephen King. We just got done reviewing The Shining, the quintessential Stephen King book. This movie was made just a smidgen differently. The director is a woman by the name of Mary Lambert, and she has done a few music videos for artists like Madonna and a few others. She's also done a lot of TV type
Like a virgin.
projects. I don't know if it was like a Virgin, but there's a few of them. God, I'm gonna wind up spacing now, but she did a lot of those music videos when music videos were a thing. I mean, remember MTV? Me too.
Yeah, I mean, we got to go back to Thriller. Thriller was like a movie in
Video
itself.
killed the radio star.
There you go. I love how we're dating ourselves all at the same time. I love that because there are people out here who's going to listen to this and go, "What the hell are these assholes talking about?" There used to be
What the
whole
fuck is radio? What?
there used to be an entire network dedicated to this thing called music videos and your favorite
You
stars.
guys lack Riz. What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, I like MTV the way it's meant to be, but whatever. I guess
Didn't MTV go off the air?
yeah, it's done. It's gone.
What
It's
the
done.
fuck?
Rest in peace, MTV.
Yeah.
First
Well,
kill of the day, MTV.
Can we get an F in
moment
the
of
chat
silence
for
for
MTV?
MTV.
Can we get an F in the chat?
Yes, you can. You can get an F in the chat. So yeah, it's written by Stephen King. It's directed by Mary Lambert. Stephen King has got a very different outlook on this picture than he did with The Shining. We went over The Shining. Stephen King does not like the way The Shining came out. Stephen King lived around 45 minutes from the filming of this movie. So he would literally drop by the set every other day, and he wrote the treatment for his own book. So he wrote the screenplay and basically made the actors.
That's how it should be. Yeah,
Oh, say that again.
that's how it should be.
Okay, well, I mean, but some don't do that though. So
And especially how he was mad about The Shining. He probably never wanted to let that happen again, you know?
Stephen King goes through a lot of phases in his life, though, just like the rest of us, right? So he actually, at one point, he was so pissed at the way his movies were being made and how they were like being changed subtly and sometimes dramatically, that he went out of his way to direct some of these movies. And let me tell you, these are like the worst fucking movies you've ever seen in your life. Have you ever seen a movie called Maximum Overdrive? This movie's awful. He directed that, and it's his book. So, whatever.
Wow.
I have
Womp
not.
womp
Are we
moment.
watching that next? Is on
No,
the list?
we are not. You know what? This is the thing: is I did not. It's not by design that we just keep doing Stephen King movies because we did Creepshow, we did The Shining, now we're doing Pet Sematary. I didn't even, quite frankly, I forgot Stephen King wrote Pet Sematary, but that's my bad. I didn't. I just didn't fucking remember.
Well,
So
Pet Sematary is just the '80s classic, so you have to do it.
yeah, and
I
and so
think you're showing favoritism to Stephen King.
well, and he doesn't even know my fucking name, so that's fine. I'll show favoritism all day. He's a hell of a mind for sure. There's no doubting that. He's written a ton of movies. His impact on the horror movie industry is unquestionable, right?
I mean,
he's had
how does this guy not check himself into a sanitarium every day?
I
Like,
know.
seriously.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, he was on a lot of cocaine.
and then that's what happened in Maximum Overdrive. By the way, he was coked out of his gourd, and you can see it literally play out on the screen because it is a horrendous movie. So, but regardless, okay. Stephen King was present on location for most of the shooting of the film. The area where it was shot is around 20 minutes away from his home in Bangor, Maine. So this movie was actually filmed in Hancock and Bangor, Maine. So he was on set and he literally made the actors. There was no ad-libbing or impromptu or any of that. It was, this is the script, stick to the script, don't deviate from the script. So he eventually has gotten more and more, iron-fisted about the way that he has his art interpreted. I don't know if that's still the case, but it was the case in 1989, I can tell you that.
Well, he even made a great cameo in the movie, too.
He certainly did. He certainly did. And I was wondering if anybody's going to pick up on that. So Startled Sassos gets 1 silver star. That's very difficult to say.
I always take my notes.
He takes this shit seriously.
On my Mavens pad.
Yeah, pick one up. This movie is.
I'm just here for the fun.
You just okay. You're not here.
I literally watch these movies with subtitles. I rewatch things that I missed. I'm like psycho about this stuff.
Beautiful. That's exactly what we're wanting. That's what a maven is. God damn it. That's what it is to be an expert. So this movie is starring a man by the name of Dale Midkiff, who plays Louis Creed. And I looked a little bit into Dale Midkiff because I didn't know anything about him. I guess he's a television star now. He does a lot of movie or television shows that you might see on modern TV. He doesn't really come up in movies too much.
See, and here's the thing, like, I'm really good at spotting characters in other movies and other shows, but I couldn't put my finger on this guy. Like, I could put 2 and 2 together that Judd was the judge in My Cousin Vinny instantly.
Yes.
But I could not put my finger on this dude.
Yeah, but you know what? With that being said, though, he's a pretty good actor. I mean, he did good in the movie.
This is the old guy.
Negative. This is Louis Creed. This is the dad.
He was the dad and the doctor.
Right.
And also,
Right.
let me point you out to my Sassos so startledness factoid that little boy was the best friend of Michelle Tanner on Full House. And he's murdering people. I was terrified of this little bastard.
That little boy, he's actually pretty dang famous. And he's done lots of stuff. He was in Kindergarten Cop. His name is Minko something or other. And I'll have to.
He was on seasons of Full House
get back to you
forever.
guys.
Like, little did we know he was a stone cold killer.
Yeah.
No.
This movie is also starring.
Let's not get into that yet.
This movie is also starring Denise Crosby as Rachel Creed. That's the mother and the wife of Louis. She's best known for Star Trek: The Next Generation, as I believe it's Lieutenant Yar, I believe is her name.
Yes, I didn't
Kind of a
realize that
sex
either.
symbol in the 90s
What?
a little bit.
Really?
Oh, yeah. She also played in Deep Impact and a movie called Miracle Mile. So she's been in, she's a movie star. I wouldn't call a traditional beauty, but she has, she's got attractive features, I think.
Yeah,
Enough
she's got
to get people to go, wait, what's
racy-
this movie?
Like very racy kind of sexual intentions. Yeah.
I think that's fair. Minko Hughes is Gage Creed. That's the little boy. And Minko, again, he was in Kindergarten Cop. He was in Full House. He was kind of a big deal back in the 90s. So, kudos to him. And I would be remiss if I did not mention Fred Gwynn, who plays Judd Crandall. You know him from The Judge in My Cousin Vinny, and of course, the immortal Munsters show. He
Yes.
was
That blew my mind when I
Yes, he
connected the
was
dots.
the Frankenstein.
he's Herman Munster, yeah.
Yeah.
So he he's a big deal just because of the Munsters. But I mean, he did a lot of movies, and this is sort of obviously towards the end of his life. He's much older in this picture, but um, man, I really really dig him and his entire vibe. It's got like a grandpa feel to him, but also he's got like this under the surface bubbling kind of, I don't know, villainy feeling too.
Yeah,
I think he did a good job.
like you like think like is he up to no good or is he just
Right.
being a really nice neighbor? Like is he being like deceptively nice so he can like murder them or like yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Again, this was filmed in Maine. It's supposed to be in the fictional town of Ludlow, Maine, where the trucks never stop driving by houses, apparently. There must be a high industry base in this town. They never stop driving. That fucking one truck must have driven up and down the road 7 million times for the
Seriously,
filming of
dude.
this movie.
Seriously, like those fucking poor truck drivers who are like they better got paid well cuz
Right.
they weren't like triple overtime these fucking guys.
Absolutely. The kill count of the movie. What do you think the kill count of the movie is?
Oh, I'm going to go 4.
What's the kill count of the movie, Tom?
Oh boy. 4.
4. All right, we have 2 fours. I'm gonna take your guys' fours and I'm gonna put them together. The kill count of the movie is 8.
No way.
8 kills in this movie.
No,
It
there are 8 deaths, but there's actually 4 kills. I mean,
Yes,
there's one auto kill, so you could call that a kill and make it 5. But I disagree. I think
but
there's
if you're
8 deaths
killed,
in the movie and 4 kills.
Sassos, you're squabbling with me over the definition of kill. Somebody killed him. So, like, if nature kills you and you die in your sleep, is
Oh,
that a
that's so
kill?
unfair. That's dying of natural causes almost.
How many? So, it should it be called the death count?
No, I think the kill count should be true murders.
Only people
So
who
wait,
are
in
murdered?
this movie there was 8 kills?
Yes,
That's
I
right.
agree with that. 8 death. There were 8 deaths in this movie, but there were 4 kills.
Hold on, hold on.
Oh
A
yeah.
kill count. So let's take for instance,
Like
Zelda the sister.
yeah.
Spinal meningitis killed her.
Exactly. She died on because of that disease, not because of the lady killing her, because
It's
she
a
was
Diseases
kicking
kill
her.
count.
counts?
She
I
got
thought like
killed by
someone
meningitis.
stabbing someone like murder.
Hold
Yeah, that's
on.
what I'm calling it. I'm
Get the
calling
fuck out of
like
here.
Saw killing people, like Maniac Cop
Get the
killing,
fuck out of here,
like
he says.
like Maniac Cop killing the million people in his movie. Like he killed those people. The little, we're gonna get to it eventually, but there's one killer in this movie, and it kills 4 people. The
Mani-
one lady hung herself. So like there are
and
definitely
you know what
8
killed
deaths.
her? You know what killed her? Her loneliness killed her, and
Yes,
probably her
yes,
fear of cancer.
yes,
Depression.
Depression
yes,
killed her, but that's
yes.
still a kill. All right, all right,
Oh,
all
come on!
right.
All
That's
right,
the way I see it.
we will agree to disagree and continue on.
All right.
So
Well,
the final kill count is what?
it's 8.
It's because Bill's the boss and host of this show.
It's
Damn.
8, and that's it. That's fine.
Damn.
I'm putting my foot down.
I gotta bow down to the boss.
So, yeah, the budget. The budget was 11.5 million to produce the movie Pet Sematary in 1989.
I'm sorry, what?
$11.5 million dollars.
That's kind of crazy.
That's kind of a lot, right?
Yeah, I mean, it was filmed in like one house. What the fuck did they do with the money?
I
Like,
know. I know,
Like, were
and it
they
wasn't.
eating a
They
like?
rented that house. That was the first
Were,
Airbnb, apparently.
were they freaking eating lobster every day, like for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Like, I mean, they were in Maine. They could have, but Jesus.
There wasn't a lot of effects either, and the cast was not exactly a name brand cast, with the exception of our buddy Fred Gwynn. I really can't tell you where the money was spent,
Yeah,
but
what the
that's what they
fuck would
say.
this money go
Approximately
to?
11.5
It
million
was
to
used
make.
to pay all the damn truckers.
The continuous trucks up and down the road.
They were probably Teamsters.
Yeah. Hey, it's a union job, man. They get paid. So if it did, let's say presumably, because I use sources like everybody, and a lot of times my shit is way off. But let's say presumably the budget of the movie is $11.5 million to make. What did it make worldwide?
Oh God, I'm always so bad at this. I'm just startled to ask the.
$130 million.
130. Okay. What do
I'm
you
always
think,
so
Sass?
I'm always so off with these, and I'm so startled right now just thinking about it. I'm gonna say 180.
180. Okay. It's $11.5 million to make. The worldwide gross was $57.4 million.
Come on, that's it.
Wow.
Well, listen, hold on a second. Hold on.
Oh
This
yeah, but
is
if you put it in modern terms, that was a lot of money back then.
not only that, but think about it this way. You made a movie. It took 11 point, let's call it 12. It took $12 million to make. If you put it out and it made back the same budget, you broke even. If it made back double,
It made like almost triple,
yeah,
quadruple.
exactly.
Yeah, I
That's
guess
a
in the
fucking
grand scheme of
success.
things.
That's a big deal, man. But
Yeah,
it is a Stephen
almost
King
like
movie too.
I
This
was I
might,
was thinking in our money, inflation money. So
but
yeah.
because the
this is where
freaking
that
gallon of milk costs $5 now. So you know what I mean? Yeah.
yeah, everything costs big bucks now. $20 can get you
The-
very far.
But the milk is better. I mean, I think our milk is
Uh,
better than back then milk.
that's
Only
what
if
they
it's
tell
Stewart.
you.
Only if it's Stewart's milk.
So
Stewart's milk.
From milk, I only drink the finest of Stewart's milk of upstate New York. Damn it!
you know what I was thinking? The budget of the movie might have gone to Stephen King because he's the biggest fucking name on the bill on the marquee.
Or the biggest coke fiend.
Well, maybe it went up Stephen
Yeah.
King's
So
nose. I
all
don't
the
know.
money used in the production was just to make sure Stephen King was like nonstop fed with drugs.
I don't know. We don't know. For the record, I don't want the King estate to come after me. We don't know Stephen King, and we don't know how much drugs he does. Although there's plenty of news articles to go around, so you can take away from that what you may.
Stephen King, we love your stories.
Yes.
And yes, you use drugs to get those stories right.
Well,
So,
speaking of Stephen King, he once mentioned that this is the only novel he wrote that really scared him, was Pet Sematary. The story was inspired by true events and actual events experienced by Stephen King that occurred while he was living in Orrington, Maine with his family. King recalled that while living there, his daughter's cat was killed in the highway. And much of Ellie Creed, the daughter's emotional outbursts, were taken directly from King's own grief-stricken daughter. King also remembered that once his youngest son had nearly been run down in the road by a truck speeding down it, much like what happens to Gage in the film. The character of Judd Crandall is also based on an elderly neighbor that lived across the road from King at the time all of these things were happening. Also, there was an actual pet cemetery in the woods behind King's house, which became the basis of the one in the novel.
Oh, also, can I pause for a second?
Sure.
Why is Pet Cemetery spelled incorrectly? Are these people inbred? Like, I don't get why it's spelled the way it's spelled.
So Pet Sematary is written with an S because I think it's explained in the movie too. It's spelled with an S because children actually put it together, so they misspelled it
That's
by
what
accident.
I thought. All right,
Yeah.
all right, all right, all right, all right.
Yeah, and I think it's supposed to symbolize the innocence of our understanding of death when we're younger, and how when we grow up it gets a lot more dark and hard
Yeah,
to
yeah,
deal
yeah.
with.
I remember Judd explaining some of that, but I just couldn't remember why it
Yeah,
was misspelled. Yeah. All right. Thanks,
right.
Bill.
You got it, man. So, what do we think? Do you want to jump into this movie here?
Let's do it, bro.
Let's do
Wait,
it.
but can we talk about the Mandela effect? Because
Yes,
for
Sassos, why
40,
don't you
for,
run us through the Mandela
all
effect
right,
of the
for
Yes,
40
movie?
I
years,
want to hear this because I
for
don't know
40
what he's
years of my
talking about.
life, I thought Pet Cemetery 2 was the original Pet Cemetery. And I watched that movie, Pet Cemetery 2, like millions and millions of times over my lifetime as a youth because parents never kept tabs on us watching TV. I was deathly afraid of the whole concept of Pet Cemetery 2. But little did I know, just like the Nelson Mandela effect with so many other things in our life, like the Berenstain Bears being spelled differently, and the guy from the Monopoly always was thought to have a monocle, but apparently he doesn't. It's just like this mind-boggling thing where
Right.
I was tasked with watching this movie for the show, I literally lived my entire life thinking Pet Cemetery 2 was the only Pet Cemetery. And I don't know why,
Let
because it
me
was so good. And I'm so like mind boggled. And I'm so thankful I watched this movie because it was so good too.
let me ask you this. When you watched Pet Cemetery, the actual original 1989 or yeah, 1989 version of the movie, were you super disappointed
Oh
in
no,
what you
I
were
was so
watching? You thought
happy
it was going to
because
be
like
the
I
other way?
said, I was very happy. Like I said, it's almost like Star Wars. The first
Right.
one is great, right? Episode 4 is amazing, right? New Hope. You get Empire Strikes Back, which is even better, which I
Yeah,
think is the same thing with Pet Cemetery. We might have to do a review on it one day just to put it to the test.
it's
And then
possible.
obviously there's other movies, but Pet Cemetery 2 is amazing, and Pet Cemetery 1 is equally amazing in its own way. And I enjoyed every tidbit of this movie because of the great acting, the great writing, and everything that we're going to get into.
So
Jimmy is so pumped up. I love the energy.
he's
I'm here.
he's
I'm
shot out
here
of a
for it.
cannon. There's no question about it. Edward Furlong, Anthony Edwards, Clancy Brown version of Pet Cemetery 2 is what Sassos desperately wants to review. And you know what?
I
We might.
Yes, it was so good. It was like next level, dude.
I feel
It's
Well,
like this is Jimmy's excitement about the Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
yeah,
oh no.
the HBO show.
Oh, dude, no. Listen, when a good movie comes, you cannot deny its greatness, okay? I don't care. Like, there are certain movies that we've reviewed so far that I've been head over heels for in love with, and they define a generation. Pet Cemetery 2 is right on there.
Wow. I think you
Wow.
might be overselling it a little
Wow,
bit, but
Jimmy, wow.
I don't know how it could possibly live up to that hype because you are the hype man of hype men, and you have really
The
boosted
night
this movie. I don't know how it could possibly live up to any way.
I mean, I have the same feels about Pet Cemetery 2 as I did about Poltergeist, you know?
Wow. Okay. This has got nostalgia written all over it.
It's
So
total nostalgia, but I can watch it again and I'll love it. I've watched Pet Cemetery 2 like a million times
see
in my
now
lifetime.
like now on the
It's like
opposite.
Joy. It's like Jaws. Jaws
I
is the greatest.
I didn't like
That's a
it.
horror movie we
I
got to
don't
do
like
because
it. I
people
don't
say
like it.
Jaws is not a horror movie. They are liars. It's terrifying.
I think it's a thriller, but I think we might do Jaws too. You know, when the summer
My
hits.
sister couldn't go to the bathroom in our house for a month because she was scared Jaws was going to come through the toilet and eat her. Yeah.
Well, that's just
What?
stupid. That's just stupid.
There's no sharks in the toilet.
Dude, when you're little and you're watching those movies, it takes over your mind.
I understand. I get it. You start getting afraid
And
of things
that's
that
why when I
couldn't
watched this
happen.
movie when I was little, I didn't like cats.
All right.
Exactly. The fear is there, baby. It's a horror.
We've come full circle with the cats. We're going to get into Pet Cemetery. Let's do it. Let's fucking roll credits. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage. This is a Paramount picture. Like I said earlier on, the credits roll in the Pet Cemetery. It's got wooden crosses and bird cages and, goldfish bowls. It's overgrown, and I'm hearing in the background kids' prayers being said, collars and leashes, or it's all arranged in a circle, almost like a spinning circle that kind of works towards the middle. And later on, we find out from our elderly, person or OG guy who's been involved with this Pet Cemetery since the beginning. It starts with the oldest pets, and then it circles out around and around and around to the more newer pets. Yeah, Kid Choir. I felt like the opener was very made for TV movie. I don't know how you guys felt about the opening credit sequence.
I kind of feel those vibes. Yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, it's like something you might see on like a Saturday afternoon or something on like, your local WPIX channel 11 or something. I don't know. But it's
UPN 9.
UPN 9, sure, why not? That would work too. But it gets the point across. Like, we're trying to set the tone, set the table a little bit for this is clearly going to be about death. This movie is primarily about death. And pets will be playing a key role in this deal, obviously. So, as we roll through our credits, we see a family station wagon pull up. It's the Creed family, everyone. The bumper sticker says, "Have you hugged your MD today?" So clearly, one of the members of that family, it turns out to be Lewis, is a doctor who's new in town and bringing his family along with him. First of all, before we start meeting the Creeds, station wagons. Do you remember that?
Yes. Station wagons were an essential part of our families in the 80s.
Of Hacking Course, those wood panels.
Oh, yeah. It's great, right? I mean, it's got a lot of nostalgia to it just with that.
Who needed car seats when you had a station wagon? You
in
would
your
just
mom's
throw
lap
like
or
50.
something.
You would literally throw 50 kids in a fucking car in a station wagon.
Right. Yeah,
It was the original SUV. It was the original
You're
SUV.
right. They had the station wagons where the back that swung open had seats in them that would point out to the traffic that was tailing you, which is insane.
Yeah. It was almost like a ghost. It was almost like that side panel of the Ghostbuster car.
Yeah.
I do not remember that, but that's hilarious.
It's fucking insane if you consider fender
it was a
benders,
real thing. It was a real thing. It was like being in a motorcycle sidecar.
Yeah, you ain't lying, man. I'm sure that was the kid favorite seat too.
But cars back then were made out of pure steel and iron.
Oh yeah,
I mean they were tanks
made to last, right? The very first thing we see is that big ass a Rinko truck, those tanker trucks that hum up and down this road apparently relentlessly every waking moment, even at night when you're asleep. Those trucks are humming by, and this beautiful house that the station wagon pulls up to, it's got a for sale sign out in front. It's a very, very nice house. Not obviously the doctor's got some greenbacks in his back pocket because he just bought himself a nice.
Probably about 150,000 back then.
Probably a lot less than that. We meet Lewis and his lovely wife Rachel, and we also meet Ellie, the daughter, and Gage is the young baby who's in the car seat in the back. And I also took pause because I have children who are that age. The car seat is unbelievably antiquated. It's like a roller coaster car seat with the bar that kind of flips up. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, man. It's like it didn't exist. It's like car seats now are so like over the top compared to this thing.
I know. It's pretty amazing.
So what year did this movie come out in?
89.
89, yeah. To think we were in car seats like that 4 years prior, or 5 years prior.
Yeah, that's probably the car seats that we were in.
That's probably state of the art compared to what we were in. But so the little girl, who actually to me comes off like a little boy in this movie or immediately. I watch this movie with Afterlife Allie, and she goes, "That's a girl?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's a girl. Her name is Ellie in the credits."
It's a very ugly girl, but
very ugly little
girl. Yeah. I mean, the horror started. I mean, the horror started there, but
Yeah, no joke, right? So she runs to a tire swing that is directly adjacent to a road, which I would be very, very fearful of. I guess I must be a helicopter dad. She jumps on that helicopter.
The location of that tire swing made no sense.
No, other than it was hooked up to a tree, but
I mean, again, it was the 80s and people didn't think a lot of things through. They just did things for fun.
So a little foreshadowing here. The tire swing breaks. Ellie goes down like a ton of bricks. She screams, "Ow, ow, ow, it's broke, it's broke." The two adults come over, and where is the baby? Baby Gage is right by the edge of the road, when this giant tanker truck is humming by.
Dude,
That's a Teamsters driver just doing his thing.
dude. No, I'm telling you right now, man. Like, this is stereotypical parenting in the 80s. Like we said, why I, as a 5-year-old, was watching movies like this is another example of why parenting in the 80s, we're lucky we're here to talk about it. Thank
No,
you for
No,
saying
yeah.
no, dude. Like I had a big backyard. I was doing that shit too. Like just wandering around. Like no
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was the youngest of 3 kids. My family was always like, "Where the hell is he?" And actually, my parents
Where the
lost me
hell
one
is he?
time when we were vacationing in Greece in our hometown. They lost me one time at the age of 3, and my
Oh
grandpa's
my
cousin found
god.
me. I was off the grid with, imagine, no cell phones, no anything,
Oh
and
god.
they couldn't find me for like hours. And I was like playing with birds somewhere, like by the village square. It was like ridiculous, but stuff like
Jesus.
this was the 80s, man.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you ain't kidding.
this was the late '80s, early '90s, man.
Helicopter moms and
How we
dads of
function.
today wouldn't survive a minute in the 80s.
There's probably a reason why they exist, though, because somebody needed to get this shit under control. So, so who scoops up little Gage, who's playing right in the middle of the road, is none other than our new neighbor, Judd. Judd comes in, Herman Munster scoops up the young man and makes the save. Well done, sir. Automatically, we are
Herman
happy to
Munster,
see Judd.
fucking awesome,
Yeah,
Yeah,
awesome.
man. And the great judge from Everyone Loves My Cousin Vinny.
that's right. That's right. Mr. Tipton. So, Mr. Fred Gwynn, he had jet black hair almost into his entire life, right? Every single week that he was on the set of this movie, he needed to have his hair re-dyed white because that's what the character called for, and that's what he did in order to facilitate making the movie. But his natural dark hair had to be dyed on a regular routine basis to make that happen, which is kind of an
That's
interesting
crazy,
little
man.
footnote.
That, that's talking about being dedicated to acting.
And what a
That's
hell!
like whenever Christian Bale takes on a role and he drops like 50 pounds because he's crazy, you know?
he he's he's got a beautiful head of hair too, might I add. So
Coming
while
from a bald man like myself, I wish I had that man's hair.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you guys are experiencing balding.
why are you putting me in that? I'm catching a stray for no reason.
Yeah, I
What
was
the
gonna say,
hell?
man, Bill still got a decent head of hair,
What
man.
the hell? Yeah, I'm
He's
sure my
throwing
hairline
shade
is
at the
sound at a
host.
retreat, but how dare you, sir?
He's throwing shade at the host.
Damn, catching strays. I'm sorry.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I've been bald since I was like 20 something. All right, that's a different story.
Well,
But you have, you know, you got
I
wives.
mean, I
You
have the
got
perfect
wives. You
bald
got
man head.
kids. What do I
Yeah,
got? What do I got?
oh God, let's not get into
you got
this.
beautiful hair. You got beautiful hair.
Voluptuous, one might say.
I would ask for a hair transplant from you any day of the month.
That's right. Because you know
We
those
have the
follicles stick.
technology.
Come get
Anyway,
it. Come get it.
all right, back to the show.
Whoa. All right, so back to the show. So before Ellie falls and that rope snaps, she was looking at an old path leading to a forest area, and when Judd makes the save, he sort of indicates to the family, that's an interesting story there. Um, as he saved the young man from getting smoked in the middle of traffic, he kind of gives off this vibe of he seems like a good dude, Judd. Right off the bat, we feel like we like him, I think. These trucks are running all the way up and down these roads all the damn time, and it's a real menace. And he's going to give them a little background on what's down that path later on. The family seems kind of snake bit already. They arrived on the scene. Within 2 seconds, 2 kids are hurt. What do we think about? Are the Creeds completely snake bit or what? What's going on with these fucking people?
Yeah, dude. I mean, these parents are parents of the century, but again, it's a different time.
Yeah.
The 80s were all about having fun and living your best life.
Having
And
fun, losing kids. Yeah, man.
yeah, yeah. And like,
It's
the,
10.
I
It's
mean,
10 p.m. Do you know
Do
where
you know where
your
your
children
children
are?
are?
exactly. Tom puts a good point. They literally had to put this on national public television on all channels to make sure it was 10 p.m. Did you know where your fucking kids are?
Right.
Okay. So that just gives you the message. There were people constantly getting abducted, kidnappers. back in the 80s and 70s. Before that, Killers on the Loose, and The Son of Sam in the 70s. So it's like, kids were like an afterthought sometimes. It was
And I
like,
would I would
go
always call
play
my
and come back
mom
when
when
you're
that
done.
came on. I'd be like,
Yeah,
I'm right here.
yeah. Come, kids would be out all day, just like just like in Stranger Things, right? Stranger Things, the series shows a lot of that. Kids were just leaving the house once the sun came up and would come back when the sun came down. It's how we lived.
Yeah, I mean, you guys make good points. It's one of these things where it's like people, and the generations before us grew up even more free to do whatever they wanted to. So it's like I don't know if it was just carelessness or just the way they were taught, but the way things are now,
It's a
I don't
different
know. It's
time. It was a different
It's
time. Yeah.
also like parents had to work. Like this was also in the
yeah,
80s when like moms started really getting into the workforce more, and in the 70s and 80s, and kids kind of had to watch themselves too a lot, That was another
latchkey
thing.
kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely right.
Yeah, like don't answer the door if you don't know who it is, kind of things. Like I don't know how many times I was told that when I was maybe 6 or 7 years old. I can't do that
Right.
now with my kids.
No, no, no. That would not go over well, would it? Nighttime hits and everyone is going to sleep. It's Betty Bye time. And we get our little intro into Church the Cat with a jump scare by the tire swing. The dad is out there kind of looking at the path that Ellie had referenced. And the cat jumps out of fucking nowhere, out of left field. And it looks like Lewis is squaring up to punch that fucker right in his face. Uh, I don't know if there's like a love-hate relationship between
Oh,
Church the
dude,
cat and the
this was
dad or
my
what,
first. This was, you guys know me, and that's why my name is so startled Sass. But I definitely jumped at this first. But
but so since cats are difficult to train, the film crew ended up using 9 different cats: a jumper, a snarler, a cuddler, and so on and so on. No cats were harmed during the filming of this movie. So even when you see a dead cat, that is a prosthetic, fake dead cat. There were no cats actually killed or dead bodies used in the making of this movie.
I
So think
actually,
about that.
That tracks that they used like 9 different cats. Yes.
Yeah,
if it was
because
a
cats are extremely difficult to fucking use. They just do what they want to
exactly,
do.
if it was a dog, it would have been extremely well trained, and you would have needed just one of them. Another point for dog owners.
Another point for dog owners. Okay. Well, guess what? I'm not gonna defend cats. I'm not gonna die on that hill. Not on this forum.
Hey, listen. I used to be a very like I hated cats, but I've
Yeah,
been around some cats that they're very chill.
Oh, there are
I agree.
definitely some cool kittens. I'm gonna agree with that because
Cool
I've had friends that
kittens.
have cats. Yeah.
All you cool cats and kittens out there. So the nighttime hits. We get a jump scare. It really what it does is it results in Lewis walking across the street over to Judd's house. They sit down and they have a beer on the patio, like any good Maine Mainiite. What do you call a person who lives in Maine?
I feel
Manian?
like they're a Mainer.
New
A Maine.
Englanders.
No, I think they're
No,
Mainers. Yeah, I think they're Mainers.
I think
But
you're
also,
right.
Maine kind of
How
is
did they
like,
from New England?
dude. No, they're part of New England, which is true, Tom. But I'm saying, like, tell me if you guys think I'm wrong, because I've traveled to Maine. Maine for me feels like I'm more in the South than I am in the North sometimes.
Well, it has definitely some rural type areas, and it's got a lot of nothing. It's got
It's
like
just nature. It's
land.
just nature. Yeah,
Yeah, which is very
untamed,
south, right?
untamed, unbridled nature. Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of just like when we went to like Vermont.
Oh,
Okay,
totally,
that's
totally.
true. So our little powwow on the porch with over a couple of buds is going to be that's one mean
The
road
Bill
out there.
Weisers,
Those are
the
Bill
Bill
Weisers,
Weisers.
absolutely. I used to drink Budweiser exclusively. These two guys are chilling on the patio. They're going to drink some buds. They're going to chop it up. This is one mean road. It uses up a lot of animals, dogs and cats mostly. And you better get your cat neutered because he's going to be going back and forth across the road. He's going to wind up getting killed. And the cheers. Did you guys catch the cheers between the two broskies broing out, broing down? The cheers was, here's to your bones. What do you think about that? I kind of dug that.
Uh,
Cheers. I might use that.
well,
Here's
I
to
mean,
your
we've,
bones.
we've said some very vulgar cheerses in our days, which I
Oh,
can't say
there's
on this
no
podcast,
question.
but
We have said
I
some
mean, I guess it's like
doozies.
a guy's thing. Yeah, it's like a guy's thing.
I'd say that's accurate, yeah. The next morning, we're introduced to the maid, Missy. She's kind of a housekeeper. It seems like a lonely heart sort of a person. Complains of stomach pain. Wouldn't you know who won the pony? Her client is a doctor, but she refuses to let the doctor, like, press on her stomach or do any sort of checkup or preliminary examination at all. She seems like a very odd duck and a very strange character. I got to be honest with you guys, right up front. I'm not gonna mince any words. I have no idea what point the character of Missy has in this movie. I simply do
Yeah,
not
I think
understand
she's
it.
more of like a distractive character. I agree with you, Bill. Because actually, you know what? When I kind of first saw her interact with the family, I kind of thought the wife was a little bit jealous of her because she was
Yeah,
like talking to her husband, and it almost
right.
showed you like a little bit, almost like this character was needed to show like a little bit of a foil for the wife and her underlying craziness, I
Maybe
think.
so. There's something about Denise
Yeah,
Crosby.
0 point, 0 point.
0 point. Yeah, at least story wise. I don't. Who the fuck knows? But Denise Crosby, who plays Rachel Creed, the wife. There's something about her it's her face that's it just screams. I don't know, bitch or something. I don't know, but it was like
It's
every
called
time.
RBF, resting bitch face.
I think I'm accused
Resting
of having a
bitch
resting bitch face too. By the
face.
way, it's one of these things where she always seems like she's mad when she's kind of not, I guess. I always just sort of assumed that she was mad, but maybe she's not. Who the fuck knows? If you're an actor and your job is to get someone's thoughts and feelings across your face and you're always giving that face, I don't know that you're doing your job very well, but maybe that's just my critique.
I've been accused of that before, though.
Resting bitch face?
Like, well, resting dick face.
Oh, I don't like dick face very much.
I mean, what's the male equivalent of
Oh,
that?
well, men can be bitches.
Well, a male can be a bitch too.
Yeah, that's my answer to
Yeah,
that, at least.
really, a male can be a bitch.
Of
Well,
course, you can
it's not
act like a
resting
bitch.
bastard face.
Yeah.
Ooh, a bastard. Okay, I always thought it was like resting dick face.
Who told you that? You just make that up?
I mean, yes, I made that up.
I
Okay.
it'll be circulating on all his it'll be circulating on all of his future comments and all of his chat forums tonight
People,
for
Hashtag
sure.
people
resting
at
dick
work always
face.
told me I look angry.
Okay. Well, maybe you are. Have you
I
ever
mean,
explored that?
kind of, but I never really thought of it that way. But yeah, now that you say it, you're kind of right. You're kind of always kind of like, I don't know, just kind of there. Like I'm known for my like I'm known as being a smiley guy and a
Yeah.
happy guy, and I could see people saying that about you, but I don't think once they talk to you, I think you change their
Exactly. Then
perspective.
I
Yeah.
then I light up and I'm like, hey, what's going on?
Well, I'll tell you who was smiling. The family on their walk into the pet cemetery. So the family are going to go out on a walk with their guide, Judd, who's going to bring them into the pet cemetery spelt with an S. And the sign is spelt wrong, like we've sort of already communicated. It's spelt wrong for the reason of, I guess, kids wrote the damn thing. Judd makes a comment on how kids need to learn about death. And Rachel gets immediately uptight at the prospect of kids learning about death. She got like angry to the point of yelling, like, why? Why do they need to know about death? So she got pissed enough because it's a part of life, is immediately what I said out loud.
Yes.
What do you think about
And it's
kids
almost
learning
like an
about death?
illusion. Well, it's important, right? I mean, obviously, we've all had that moment in our lives where we learned about death. And I mean, honestly, though, her getting defensive and kind of angry, upset, we don't realize it at this point in the movie, but there's a reason why.
Yeah, absolutely. There is a
Yeah.
reason why, and that's sort of I guess, her character building on itself. That she's obviously uptight because of something that happened to her, which we will get into later on. We got to take a look at this pet cemetery. Ellie's very interested in all the markers. the dog that Judd, the older man, has buried there himself, his name is Spot. A little trivia note here. Spot was the name of Herman Munster's pet dragon, too. So go figure. Spot's the name of his dog in this movie, and Herman Munster also
Love
had a
that.
pet
I
Spot as
love
well.
that, dude. I love that.
So there you have it. Later on, Lewis and Ellie have a little talk about death. This is later on after the hike. Ellie doesn't want her cat to die, is the idea behind it, right? She doesn't want Church to wind up getting killed by the road or really at all, because death is final.
Church.
And it's a scary concept. Ellie is a young girl struggling with the concept of and accepting it, right? So, and this is all dialogue that came right from Stephen King's own personal experiences about, a little bit of trauma with a dead house pet and his own daughter. I think it's a mixed bag with this actress, this little actress here. Her name is Blaise Berndahl. She's good in some parts of this movie and really, really not very good in other parts. I think when she tries to be like the sassy talkback girl, I don't think she does too great. But when she's like doing these emotional type scenes, I think she really shines. And I was kind of impressed at points with what she had to put out.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, it's hard being overshadowed by that little baby Gage, but she does a good job in general.
Yeah, Minko Hughes was killing it in this movie. He was all over it. So, Dad kind of puts her mind at ease a little bit, kind of talks to her about, the finality of death and what people believe. Like, lots of people believe lots of different things. I think it was a nice little dad-daughter moment there with the mom eagerly eavesdropping in the background, trying to figure out what death means to her, too.
It's a cute Kodak moment. Yeah.
Can I interject real quick?
Of course.
Have you guys ever had a moment with this with your children?
My kids are a little bit too
yes.
young yet. But...
So sadly, because we lost our dog Charlie 2 years ago, my Theodora actually 2 years still sometimes cries on the way home from places because you guys obviously know, but my dad died a number of years ago. And when I tried to explain where my dad was to them, I had a conundrum moment and I had to luckily I was watching The Lion King with my oldest daughter at the time. She was like 4. And I had to explain to her that my dad died. And I was like, how the hell am I going to tell this kid that her grandpa's dead? So I literally used the Mufasa metaphor of him being in the sky. And that really helped. And so, like, for the last, 6, 7 years, I've explained to my kids that, like, when people die, they're in the sky in heaven. And, like, at night, we can see the brightest star in the sky is your relatives waving to you. And, like, my kids legit do this on the way home almost every night. And they're like, oh, I see this person and I see this person. And then, like, my youngest will be like, I see Charlie and I miss him. And then she starts crying. So, like, yeah, it's tough. But yeah, but it kind of helps.
Yeah, well, it gives a little perspective and a little, I don't know, closure, I guess, a little bit too.
Even though Charlie was like a demon monster, but...
Well, we know Charlie as a demon monster, but Theodora only knows Charlie as the elder statesman that she would walk, she would pet, she would feed. Like, Charlie was her everything to
her
her.
buddy, yeah.
And she never knew the vicious bunny from the Monty Python movie killing everyone, Charlie. She knew the Charlie in his final year or two when he was kind of a nice dog,
Toned down a little bit, yeah, for old age.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
So we had when we first moved to the new place that we live, we have 2 cats, and both the cats went outside, and then one cat came home, and we never found our little Leo. The way I explain it is Louisiana got to him, right? So he went out and never came back. And the kids see pictures of Leo. They sit around and they say, I miss Leo, I miss Leo. But, I mean, that's sort of a superficial understanding of death. But in a way, it sort of summarizes it, though, too, right? Grieving is just, I miss you, is really all that is.
Yeah, I mean, and we even have Charlie's urn in our house. And like, the kids see it and they like, they're okay with it to a degree. But the one thing that helped me get my daughter over the grieving of the dog was actually this past Christmas, I got a stuffed animal version of Charlie, and that kind
Okay.
of helped a little bit too.
All right. That's a
So
kind of a good
parent,
idea.
so parent tip: you get them a blanket with the dog's picture on
There
it,
you
or
go.
something like that.
Like something
Or
to
in this case,
snuggle,
I got a
right?
stuffed version, and it kind of like helped a little bit.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And then you'll have to be prepared for veto.
Let's not go down the line of pets that are going to pass away eventually. So, all right, guys. The next morning at breakfast, it's the first day of school. It's the first day at work, and it's going to be the first day with Church with no balls. So, Church is going in to get neutered, and the doctor is going to be the new doctor at the college, the local college, wherever they're at in Maine. And it's the first day of school for young Ellie. So it's a lot of firsts today. And we see Missy, who's coming into the house, sort of kind of complaining of discomfort in her stomach. And she's like, it'll pass. It always does. That sort of weird, not southern draw that she's got, that weird affect that she speaks with.
It's called being a Mainer.
Yeah, I guess it's called being a Mainer. There's a little bit of a verbal conflict between Lewis and Rachel about how she makes the dad promise to the little girl that nothing will happen to Church during the surgery. And that kind of pisses him off because he makes that commitment to promise to the kid nothing will happen. And meanwhile, he can't make good on that promise. He's going to leave the cat at the vet. If the cat dies in the surgery, then he's a liar, right? So there's a little bit of a conflict there. Que sera, sera. There seems to be a little bit of friction between the married couple throughout the movie in different points. It proves to be a very eventful first day at work. When you think about the doctor at a college campus, you don't think about massive head wounds, do you? This movie should be called I Got Hit by a Motor Vehicle, because everybody
Seriously?
gets hit by a fucking motor vehicle.
Like, what are these people, stupid? Like, don't go near the road, man.
Mainers do not look both ways, and Mainers do not drive the speed limit, apparently, either. So, this is a man by the name of Victor Pascal, who's being carried into the clinic after being struck by a truck. And he is tore up from the fucking floor up, man. He's looking rough immediately.
Yeah, dude. How do people bring this poor man to a college doctor than the ER?
Right.
I mean, and also I just had to Google it. The official term for somebody from Maine is a Mainer, so I was correct. Booyah.
So Startled got it right. Mainer.
But seriously, why are they bringing him to the hospital, doctor?
So Victor Pascal gets carried by students into basically a nurse's office where they administer Tylenol and ice packs. And he's like, he's just looking at this guy who's mangled.
Seriously. Like, this poor guy's way over his head. I mean, as a pharmacist, if they brought this guy to my pharmacy...
last episode of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Dude,
I don't know what that show is, so we can't really talk about it. But what I will say is, if your business is pretty much handing out Band-Aids to college students and condoms and shit, you shouldn't be dealing with major fucking trauma victims. He tries to get the staff that's there in alignment and says, we're going to do this shit by the book, call the fucking for an ambulance, the whole thing. He's very clearly dead, right? There's no way he was going to be able to save anything. I don't think, at least.
Yeah, man, there was no hopes for this poor bastard.
His head is fucking mangled. He's got, like, skin hanging off his face. It's a whole fucking scenario. So, he throws they throw the body onto the table where, it's like a trauma area, I guess. And he basically spits blood in the doctor's face, in our buddy Lewis Creed's face, and says, as he's dying, he calls him Lewis, by the way. He says, the soil of a man's heart is stonier, Lewis. And then he says, I'll come for you. and spits blood again. Wow. Moment of
Yeah,
silence for Victor Pascal. What the fuck? We didn't
our
know him at
first
F
all,
death.
in the chat.
actually.
F in the chat.
Our first death.
Our first death, yes. As he's being brought into when this scene is unfolding, did you guys catch the picture of a gigantic Saint Bernard on the bulletin board? A reference, obviously, to Stephen King's Cujo. Did you catch
I
that?
I did not. That's a total Easter egg right there.
Yeah, and you know what? I have never seen Cujo, so one of these days I'll have to fucking go out of my way to take a quick peek at that because
Agreed, man. I heard that's one of the scariest freaking movies. We're gonna have to dig into that one day.
yeah, I mean a giant, unstoppable Saint Bernard. How could you go wrong there? So the director, Mary Lambert of this movie, she says she sees Victor Pascal as a good angel and Judd as the bad angel. She says that as a friendly old man is the one Lewis should be ignoring, shouldn't be taking any advice from Judd. Apparently, his
I kind of
wardrobe,
agree on that
his
because I mean, if you
wardrobe,
think about it,
yeah. The more the story
yeah, I mean,
unfolds,
the
it's sort of
greatest thing
true.
the devil did was pretend like he didn't exist, right? Or what's that saying, right?
Yeah, I think that is the saying. Yeah. His wardrobe, especially a large hooded jacket that he's wearing when church is found, is sort of meant to suggest there's some sort of darkness in him. Um, I love Fred Gwynn, but the more I objectively look at the Victor Pascal versus Judd Crandall, I'm thinking, you know, everything that Victor Pascal does is sort of kind of pushing and nudging our character in the right direction, and everything Judd does is sort of nudging our character in the wrong fucking direction.
Dude,
So
you are so right. That is like an epiphany moment. Like, this freaking dead guy is trying to be like the ghost of Christmas past, and Judd's character is literally like, oh no, you shouldn't try to bury him, Lewis. He's almost like inceptioning him to do what he keeps
right.
doing all through the movie.
He's telling him the idea of what he shouldn't do, knowing that the doctor's going to fucking probably turn around in grief or in some sort of emotional state and do the fucking thing, which is
Dude, you're
insane.
so right. It's like tricking Adam and Eve to eat the fucking apple. Like,
Exactly. So we'll get more into that later.
Wow! Wow!
We'll get more into that later, but I felt like the introduction to Victor Pascal later on that night, he comes to Lewis in a dream, or is it? He says, "I want to help you like you tried to help me." And Pascal and the doctor go down the path into the pet cemetery, and it's I have to say off the top, great makeup on Pascal's character. I mean that like blood and the fucking eyes, the different colors, and the open scalp, and the whole fucking thing is really fucked up.
Yes, second that. Looks really good.
It's really rough to watch, right? I mean,
yeah,
Jesus.
man. I mean, and he looks more messed up as we go through the movie, I feel like.
Yeah, he starts to get like more veiny and like I don't know. It looks like he's deteriorating, and that's like less like
Yeah.
a ghost and more like he's deteriorating.
Yeah. I mean, and I love when he like warns him. He's like he leads him to the pet cemetery and then he says where the dead speak and tells him not to go where the dead walk. Like that was
There you go.
scary. Like I had to write that down cuz that sent me like chills down my spine.
There's another comparison to be made by Judd and by Pascal too, because what Pascal says to him is you shouldn't go there, even what he said. He says the soil is sour. You shouldn't go there, even though you may feel like you have to. And all of the things that Pascal, all of the warnings that he gives Lewis, are later said almost verbatim by Judd in a different way when he says he needs to lie to his family on the phone.
Yes.
He basically says all of the same things that Pascal said in the warning. So, like, who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? There's a lot to be sort of, I don't know, kind of dissected on that whole thing. Good versus evil, what good looks
Agreed
like.
because yeah, Judd totally mentions about the sourness of the soil thing later on in the movie. You're right, dude.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And we find out why the soil is sour, right?
I mean, we do. We certainly do. Do you want to do that now, or you want to?
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay,
Okay.
we're gonna get. Okay, cool. So, would you heed this warning? Would you take this as a premonition or whatever that you should not be dabbling in any of this bullshit?
Dude, if I had that kid die in my office, I'm putting in my notice. Like, I'm just like, I mean, but I always say this about everything scary. If I see any signs of things, I'm running the fuck away. Like, I'm gonna sell my house the next day. I'm like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, but it's nice property. Like,
It's a
Screw it.
great property.
I'll make my money back. I don't give a
It's
shit.
also
I'm out of
fucking
there.
haunted, so I don't know how nice it is.
but it's nice property.
I understand. I get where you're going. Let me pose this question to you guys. Let me pose this question to you. During the premonition where Pascal leads Lewis into or maybe it's not a premonition, maybe he just leads him into the pet cemetery. He calls Lewis Doc. And during the rest of the movie, people call him Doc. The wife calls him Doc. There's multiple characters that call him Doc. I think even Judd calls him Doc at one point. In the book, there are several callbacks to Stephen King's The Shining, some which carry over into this film. During the whole thing that I just said, Doc is a reference used to Danny Torrance in the movie The Shining and also for Lewis. And throughout the film, it's shown that the Creed family suffers from nightmarish visions and premonitions, implying that they may have the Shining ability. The Shining
That's
is a
interesting.
metaphysical.
Wait, I'm sorry, Bill. I gotta stop you there.
Yeah.
The shinning.
The Shining. I'm sorry. What do you want to get sued?
Exactly. Do you want to get sued?
So, do you think the Creeds, in some way, are a family that has the Shining in some way?
Totally, because I mean that little girl, every
Yeah.
time she goes to sleep, sees what's happening. I mean,
Exactly.
we see that through the whole movie, and it's freaky the fuck.
Exactly.
All of Stephen King's books are in the same universe.
They're all in the same universe. That's right, Tom. And so there's something to be said for that, right? That Pet Sematary may have a little bit of The Shining in it too. Who knows?
The shinning.
The Shining, yes. My apologies, sir. You're going to really hate our review of The Shining because I say it 7 million times the wrong way, according to you.
That's so awesome, dude.
You're pumped. I was so pumped about that as well.
I am even more excited now. I was so beyond excited for this review,
Yeah.
and you just keep like blowing my mind with this insider like stuff.
All right. Well, okay. So we've got this main thing going on. See what I did there? This main thing. We got this main thing going on where we just had the doctor, the dad, Lewis, Doc, whoever you want to call him. He wakes up and there's literally mud all over the bed, right? So this was not a dream. This was not a premonition. He literally did walk around outside following a spirit throughout this thing. And the spirit basically gives him a warning. Do not go beyond this barrier. It's no good. The soil is sour. Don't go where the dead walk. This is where the dead speak.
It's sour.
Sour. So, yeah, heed the warning, please, Lewis. And we'll see how that all pans out for him. It's basically Thanksgiving time. We're flashing forward a little bit. We're getting further down the road, literally. Thanksgiving time, and the family is going away to Chicago for that holiday, but not Lewis. He's not welcome. The in-laws do not welcome him for this Thanksgiving celebration. Lewis is going to be alone for Turkey Day, so that's kind of sad. It's a sad gobble-gobble for Mr. MD himself.
Gobble, gobble, womp, womp.
Womp, womp,
Womp, womp, gobble, gobble. Agreed.
Yeah, interfamily conflicts. Not pretty, but we have them here. So Judd contacts Lewis on the phone about a dead cat, and it looks like it's right on the edge of his property line. The family has just left, so what is a dad to do here? Buy a new cat that looks exactly like the old cat? I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you guys, because this happened to me with my dead dog Charlie. I literally came home from running an errand,
boy.
and I found him, and I found him dead in his cage, and I had to, and literally had 10 minutes to get rid of this guy in my garage and hide them under a blanket so my kids didn't see it. Because
F in the chat for Charlie.
F in the chat for Charlie. Yeah,
Well,
bro.
Lisa.
And I literally, he was like stiffer than a board, and I had just seen this dog an hour before I left the house, and he was fine. And I literally had like a what the fuck am I gonna do moment, and I literally had to put him in the garage. I wrapped him up in a blanket, and I hid him in the garage so my kids wouldn't see him.
Bummer. That's a sad story, man.
F in the chat for Charlie again.
a double F in the chat. So, what's a dad to do? Well, you could hide him in a towel. On his way across the street, it looks like Lewis almost gets hit by a Lenco truck again. And you have Judd kind of lording over this rather dead, rigor mortis-ridden cat. And that's church, all right, as they kind of peel him off of the frost-bitten lawn out in front of Judd's place. And Judd sort of whispers to him, well, instead of telling Ellie and ruining her holiday, maybe there's a better way. Judd and Lewis go to the pet cemetery, but instead of stopping there and burying the cat like they should have fucking done, they're going to continue on to where Judd
the right thing?
The right thing to do, allowing you to accept this fate?
Yeah, dude. If he buried the cat in the first part of the Pet Cemetery, the movie would have been over.
It's a done deal. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
So
roll credits.
We're not going to stop there. We're going to go to where Judd says, and Judd says we're going to go beyond this barrier where there's like trees stacked up. There's a clearly marked "Do not cross this into this area" type spot in this pet cemetery.
And I'm looking at these trees like, yeah, we're not supposed to be here.
And yeah, no shit.
It's like pure evil Dominus. Like, yeah.
My first thought was, how the fuck is this elderly old man going to get over this barrier? And he was like nimble as fuck. Like, he just navigated
he's Freddie Munster, that's why.
He's not Freddie Munster. He's Herman. Damn it.
Herman Munster, whatever.
Get your monsters correct.
Don't you dare out Munster me. So, yeah, he's like barreling through this thing. And this is exactly where Pascal just told Lewis not to go, right? So Judd is nimble as fuck. He's just going to bing bong, bing bong. Lewis immediately steps in the wrong fucking branch, falls through. Yeah, it's kind of a comedic moment. I failed to mention Judd has brought some, irrigation tools. He's brought a pick. He's brought, a shovel and all the things that you need to do to bury a cat, I guess. You got to figure Maine, it's winter or at least fall. The ground has got to be frozen. So this is not going to be a pretty burial regardless. I want to introduce you guys to what I like to call the hiker's lie. In this trip, this hike up to this mysterious area that Judd is bringing Lewis to, he says, not much further now, about 3 or 4 different times. That's what I like to call the hiker's lie. When you're on a hike, and regardless of what state you're in, it doesn't matter, and who you cross, you automatically ask the person who you cross by as they're going towards their car and you're starting your hike or in the middle of it or you perceive to be the end. Hey, are we almost there? How much further to the end? And they always go, oh, it's not much further. It's just down the road. That's what I like to call the hiker's lie. Because it's never just down the fucking road. That's so a lie. It's so far away.
It's always another 30, 40 minutes away.
Oh, yeah. And then they leave you and laugh about how we just got that poor jabroni to continue on his fucking hike. Because he's nowhere near the goddamn end. So that's Judd performing the hiker's lie. It's a long walk, and Lewis seems to be in good shape, but Judd outpaces him like a motherfucker. I thought that was hilarious in its own way.
The hiker's lie. That's a thing.
That's a thing I made up. I don't know if it's a real thing, but that's what I call it.
Well, I think it's a real thing. I think you just gave it a proper name.
I like that, though. I like that.
So
because it's so true.
It's so fucking true. And if you've ever hiked, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. And I'm constantly getting on Allie for the hiker's lie because she's always telling me, "Oh, it's just a little while longer." And I'm like, "You're selling me the hiker's lie right now, aren't you?" And she's like, "No, I'm not." And like 45 minutes later, I'm like, "Are we even close?" She's like, She's like, maybe a little bit further down here. I'm like, you fucking sold me a bill of goods.
No, because I say this because like I walk with the pest guys, and I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, how much longer we got to walk around the whole warehouse? We're almost there.
yeah. Never. It's not close, is
Yeah, it's never close.
it? So, what do you think? These guys, they get to where Judd wants them to be, right? And he refers to this giant top of the mountaintop as a burial ground for an Indian nation known as the Mi'kmaq Indians. And he says the soil is thin, and as Lewis tries to drive the shovel into the ground, or the pickaxe into the ground, it's like sparks. Like if the soil is thin, he immediately hits like solid rock. So this is going to be a long fucking burial, right? And of course, Judd is going to go ahead and smoke as many cigarettes as he can because he says, I can't bury him. You have to bury him. This is something you need to do.
I kind of like that line where it was like each buries his
Each
own, you
buries
know?
his own. And that is a great fucking line. Yeah. It also smacks, if you're looking at it in the lens that I looked at it, though, it smacks of, isn't that just how it works, right? Like, you evil motherfucker, you brought him up to this mountain and then you make him do all the work because he's the one who has to do the sin, not you. And that's pretty
Oh,
fucking.
oh, totally. He's like literally like leading him to commit the sin. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't want to see Herman Munster like this, but this is what I had ultimately concluded at the end of this thing. So, what are your thoughts on the design of the burial ground, the patterns,
Ex-
the
ex-
shapes?
extremely scary.
Badass,
Extremely scary.
right?
If I
So
got
weird.
there, I
So
would have been
weird.
like,
Yeah.
sorry, bro. I would have dropped the cat and ran away. I would have been like, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I would have dropped the cat. I said, fuck this cat. I'm buying a new one and I'm replacing it. And I'm fuck this cat.
The first thing I thought when I saw that burial ground, first of all, the burial ground is this huge space, open space, no trees. It's just piles of rocks in like different shapes and stuff. The first thing I thought when I saw these white rocks and how they were assembled and everything, it looks like something out of a Slayer cover. Like it looks totally fucking evil and demonic, does it not?
Well, yeah, because that's what Slayer did to like scare people to like add on to their hysteria, you know?
Oh, well, okay, that's a fair point. So
Yeah.
I thought that this was pretty damn cool. And would you, if you were led up to here by a supposedly quote unquote friendly older neighbor, would you bury anything in here, Tombstone Tom?
Knowing like the previous stuff or just out of
Knowing
respect?
nothing but what we know up to this point.
Yeah, sure, bury it.
Tom, hook, line, and sinker. Judd tells Lewis that the soil of a man's heart is stonier. The same words that Pascal had told Lewis in that sort of dream journey sort of thing. Judd tells Lewis it's going to be their little secret what they did, and to not tell Ellie or anyone else what they had undertaken here today. That in itself is a little bit suspect, I feel like, in my mind. I don't
Total
know why
sus.
you would need to keep that a secret. What do you guys think about that?
Total sus.
Yeah, very fucking odd, right? What an odd request.
At this point, you start thinking like, is Judd the villain? You know?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Because he is who he is, the actor I'm talking about now, I automatically look at him like, oh, this is my fucking guy. I love this guy. And you know what? I did love him through the movie, but if I look at it in a very, you know, nonpartisan way, when I don't have this favoritism, it's like he's not a good guy. There's no two ways about it.
He's not a good
Well,
guy.
but yeah, but there's parts too, though, because like he's always trying to help the family, like all the time. I
I
mean,
know.
you're kind of like watching
Yeah, but
this
that's
movie
your
and
I'm
kind of
so
conflicted.
helpful. I'm so helpful.
Right. That's your way
Like,
in, I guess, too.
like
Right.
it's almost like yeah, he's like he keeps tricking you through the movie. You're like, is he good or is he bad? Like
Right.
until later on in the movie when we see like. I'm constantly when I watch this movie, the whole time I was like, is he good or is he bad? Like I
Right.
couldn't tell.
Because he is so innocent looking and the whole thing. And you know what? He does suffer his own demise too, which we'll get into later. But that's not a demise of someone who was in on it. That's a demise of someone who was like caught off guard, just like everybody was caught off guard. So I don't know. I guess we'll get into that when we get there. So The next
Seems like you
morning,
need some help there.
things like I need some help there. So the next morning, Church is very much alive and scratches Lewis in his fucking face when he goes to try and feed him and get a better look at him, right? So he tries to like lure him in with some food. The cat, it looks all jacked up. He's got blood all over him, but he's also sort of a different cat too, not nearly as friendly as a cat as he once was. He kind of gives the owner three across the cheek for his help, right? So it's a good jump scare too in the garage. I was very like, oh shit, when the cat jumped out. Church is obviously way more mean since returning from the dead. What would you do if your cat or dog has just come back from the dead? Would you be pumped, or would you be like, I don't know
And
about
this
this?
is what started my fear of cats
This is the fear.
originally.
Okay. All right. All right.
I would have punted that cat so far. I would have run it over with another fucking Mack truck. I would have fucking tied that cat to a stone and threw it in the river. I don't care what I would have to do. I could find a million and one ways to skin this kitty, baby. I would have killed that fucking cat with all my powers.
You've taken all its lives.
I would have taken all that cat's
Like,
lives.
whenever I saw a cat, this is what I saw. So it
Right.
was very weird.
Yeah. Well, it's called a deep scar, Tom. It's like, that's what that's called.
He still fucking has flashbacks.
I know. It's so great. So later on, the family is still not home. Judd explains to Lewis that burial ground has been used before by a Mi'kmaq ragman back when he was a young boy who told young Judd about it, and he buried his dog Spot there. And Spot came back way more aggressive and mean and needed to be put down a second time and buried a second time, and that's where his bones finally remained in the actual Pet Sematary that we visited with the S. So, right. This dog almost ate his mom in the flashback story, and I guess he had like barbed wire all over him and shit, and he was a mean motherfucker and had to get put down. So, that begs the question. If Judd knew that this would happen, then why would he tell Lewis about it? He thought it might not happen again, or did he knew what would happen the entire time?
Yeah, man, it's very interesting concept. Again, like at this point of the movie, I didn't even think of that. And again, it was like, you think Judd is this innocent dude and like just a caring neighbor. But again, we ask these questions now in retrospect. Like, if he saw the experience with his own dog, why would you try to expect something different is going to
He's
happen when
got
it
all this
happens again?
information, and he just
Yeah.
refuses to tell us all the information up front so we can make a informed decision. Instead, we've got zombie cats running around here. What the fuck, bro? Like a good neighbor, Judd Crandall is there. No, you're not a good neighbor, dipshit. You're fucking my life up. So,
State Farm is there.
no, we are not sponsored by State Farm. Maybe one day. So, Lewis asks Judd if there was any person that has ever been buried there. And Judd is so startled by the question, he literally knocks his Budweiser over and said, Christ on his throne! No! Which means, of course, yes. There was someone buried there, and we will find out all about that later.
Yeah. It is a lie.
Liar! So, all right, this has been a long day, right? Long, hard day for Lewis. He needs to go and take a bath. So he's going to run his bath and jump in with his weird hairy chest all the way up to his clavicle. And Church defies gravity with a jump scare and simultaneously drops a rat in the bath on top of Lewis's fucking bathing body. What the fuck? He's like, what the fuck? That would
man,
creep me
I'm
the
telling
fuck
you,
out,
man.
man.
I would have like did a million things to get rid of this cat by this point, and like my family would never know, and I would just be like, he got run over. Get over it,
Sorry, I
family.
didn't see where he went. He's
This
gone
cat,
forever
this
now.
Cat. F this cat.
This cat, right?
If I'm taking a bath and there's a rat thrown in my bed, I'm getting that cat.
Gross as fuck. He steps out onto the rat too as he kicks the cat out of the bathroom. He's got these glowing yellow eyes. The whole thing is fucking demon fucking status. It's not a great situation. He's stepping on dead rats. I would lose my goddamn cool at that
That's
one.
what I'm saying. Like, this is why I didn't like cats when I was a kid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, message heard. I get it, man. And I don't like church, certainly. I definitely don't like church. So the family returns from their luxurious Thanksgiving Day getaway, and Ellie immediately asks Lewis if church is okay. And she had a dream not too long ago that she saw the entire thing go down. That the cat potentially had gotten run over, and that the cat was back but not the same, and the whole thing. So Ellie, shining her shiniest shining right there, kind of telling us already that she knows exactly what the fuck is going on. Zombie cat Church is running around the house, so he's obviously alive, sort of. And Ellie is happy to see the cat, although she does make the comment that this cat stinks.
Oh yeah, dude, that was another like really cool clue that like, hey, even a kid knows that this pet ain't right, you
Yeah.
know?
Is the cat rotting, do you think?
I think so. I think so.
I agree.
I think it just needs a bath, like a shower.
You think the
Nah, man. I think just like we see that character of the dead guy rotting throughout the movie,
Oh yeah.
this cat is rotting as well.
Right. We got to go get the cat, I guess, shampooed or go to a fucking groomer or some shit. I don't know. What I will tell you about the cat, as the cat hisses at everyone in this movie with those glowing eyes are fucking
Exactly. That's why it
unbelievably
traumatized
scary.
me. Like, cats.
So,
Yes, this is the exact opposite of the '80s theater cats that people dressed up as. They were
right.
the original furries, you know.
That's right. The cat's the off Broadway or the Broadway musical, right? So here we go. Here is another question that I guess I've already sort of asked and we've already hit on a little bit. Missy has what she believes. This is the help now, the hired help. Missy has what she believes to be cancer and pins a goodbye/suicide note on herself, and she hangs herself in her basement. It's a moment of silence for Missy. Again, begs the question.
F in the chat.
F in the chat. It begs
Yeah,
the
man.
question.
Very, very sad moment.
Why is she in this movie? We saw her for 2 fucking scenes and then she killed herself. Are we supposed to care about Missy as she died? I mean, I care about anyone suffering through something like that. But, I mean, as a character, like, I'm not devastated by that. Does it have any sway on you guys at all, do you think?
I don't know. It didn't really affect me that much either. Now that I look back at it, but I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, I don't know. I thought maybe after the talking about people getting buried for a moment there, I thought maybe I don't know. Somehow she would get buried there. I don't know.
All right. There's a funeral for Missy, of course.
It's
And
almost like a red herring, you know? It's almost like a red herring.
Yeah, like we're supposed to be thinking this is going somewhere and it never gets there. So the funeral for Missy, who is the pastor burying and saying the eulogy for Missy? None other than the man, the myth, the legend, Stephen King. He is there in full regalia, looking very Stephen King-ish with that beard of his, burying Missy. Ellie has a heart-to-heart with Dad, Lewis, about heaven and hell and what happens when you die. And the conclusion is, I think, that we go on, and it sort of is a natural conclusion. Like, different people think different things. Different religions have different philosophies on this. But I think we go on. And she's like, yeah, I kind of like that. I think that scene is a very, very well-acted scene. It also gets us to bedtime with our Rachel. And they have a conversation between the two partners, Lewis and Rachel, on the topic of death, and it comes back up. And why Rachel is so uptight about the subject of death is because of her own tragic and scary story of Rachel's sister, Zelda. Now, Zelda is a person who had spinal meningitis, and her back looks fucking horrible. This is a flashback that creeps me the absolute fuck out.
I was just gonna say I am I am an almost 42-year-old man, and I was so terrified of this scene.
Zelda is, I think, one of the scarier things in this movie. And I'm talking zombie little kids, I'm talking zombie cats, I'm talking slicing to the face and really extreme deaths, hanging, suicide. All of these, I think Zelda is one of the more scary
Zelda
elements.
is Zelda is the most scary part of this movie, and we see that scariness ass later. Yeah, and I'm terrified still.
The role of Zelda, Rachel's terminally ill sister, was played
It
by a
it had to
man.
be played by a man,
It
yeah,
was
because
played by a
This
man.
because
was
Yeah,
this was
the
the
voice was
craziest part of the movie.
absolutely.
so like deranged and deep sounding. Yeah, I feel like it had to be a man.
Director Mary Lambert wanted Zelda and her scenes to be so frightening to the audience, but did not believe that a 13-year-old girl was scary at all. So they cast Andrew Hoopastack in the role of.
Wait, I'm sorry, Hoobastank?
I knew you were going to do that too.
And the reason was
Hoobastack in the role to make something be a little off about old Zelda. And there was something off, and it wasn't just her back. She looked grotesque. She looked fucked up, but she also, her face was so unsettling. I got to be honest with you, man. I was very, very, very freaked out by her.
it was nightmarish. It was
Those whole
nightmarish.
scenes were very weird.
Yeah. And I think that's the point. The point is to be very
Yes,
unsettling.
that's what the director was conveying. Yes.
Yeah,
I was
that's right.
I was beyond so startled at this point.
Oh yeah, I'm with you. There's no question about it.
Yeah, when those scenes came on, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Huh?
Yeah, I'm with
Okay.
you, man. They did a good job with that. And Zelda, basically, what's happening here is they made Rachel as a young girl take care of her dying 13-year-old sister, feed her and take care of her when the parents weren't there. That spine, man, that's on a whole different level. I don't even know if that's what spinal meningitis looks like, but I don't want to see what spinal meningitis looks like because that looks fucking horrible. Apparently, when the siblings were only home and mom and dad took a step out for a date night, apparently,
Who does that when your kid is on their deathbed?
a date night.
Oh, my kid's
Again.
got spinal meningitis? Oh, we're going out to fuck.
Time for a night
We're
at Chili's.
we're going to the Sizzler, baby.
Chili's. Yeah, fuck Chili's. 2 for 1, yeah.
It's so fucking great. So, she died while they were out at Chili's, and Rachel was the one there watching her fucking sister die, which was horrendous in its own way. Even if she weren't horribly grotesque, she felt relief when Zelda finally died, and she's got guilt associated with that. Obviously, that's a natural human reaction to have this massive and horrible burden placed on you as a young person, to feel relief when this person then dies, but then also have guilt that that person had died, and that you feel that relief is also pretty damn normal. And this is all given to Lewis. I guess they had never discussed this before, with a very heartfelt and teary embrace that, I can't believe you had to go through that. I'm so sorry. And Lewis is like appalled that an 8-year-old was left to care for a 13-year-old who was dying. Yeah, that's a whole deal. Thoughts on Zelda? Thoughts on her look? Thoughts on the story? What do you guys think?
Oh, it was such like a punch to the head. Like I was not expecting this to occur.
Oh yeah.
Again, deeply terrified of this situation and scenario. Still afraid in my sleep. I see Zelda, and I'm terrified.
Agreed. So, okay. Orenco. The truck leaves the station. Is Orenco the worst company ever?
Ever.
Why couldn't
Ever.
these people show up to Orenco headquarters and be like, listen, motherfucker, your drivers are driving like assholes up and down our road.
Yeah.
Stop the bullshit.
Bumper stickers, how's my driving?
Yeah.
Needed to be put on these cars.
Didn't exist yet. So It's a very windy day, and we're having a family outing. We're in our little side yard area with Judd, of course. Judd's got to be there, the harbinger of death. Um, we're gonna play with the kite. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring. So there's a driver in a Renko truck barreling down the road with the
And
Ramones
he's
playing.
jamming out to music.
Oh
He is
yeah,
not paying attention to the road. This is like the driver of the year. Not,
yeah, oh yeah, and
99 red balloons.
so the Ramones play. He's hand jamming through those gears. Lewis is out there with Gage playing, and he like lets him jog off a little bit. And even at that stage, I'm like, yo, you got to close the distance a little bit, dude. You got to get closer to this kid because this kid is maybe slow, but you don't want him to get too close to that road, right? Okay, seems to be plenty of real estate between the kid and the road when this kite goes rogue, and they're all distracted with what Ellie is saying, and I want to turn with the kite and the whole thing. He turns his back. He turns back around. The fucking kid is on top of the curb, and that fucking truck is barreling down the road. Again, Judd is the only one paying attention. Says, "Don't let him get close to that road."
dude. How is this baby like Sonic the Hedgehog, bro?
Bro, deceptively fast. Because the
He's like
father
Sonic the fucking baby hedgehog.
the
Yeah.
father is dead sprinting towards Gage, who makes it into the center of the road at the perfect time where that Orenco truck plows into that kid. The fucking truck overturns. You see
The
the
fucking
slow
bloody
mo.
sneaker.
That kid would
The
have been
fucking
turned
bloody
into
sneaker.
mist, by the way.
Yeah.
Red mist.
Yeah,
Absolutely
bro.
right.
The bloody sneaker was so so well done.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have to show gore for that. Nobody should have to see a kid dying.
No.
It was enough.
It was enough, and that kid had enough too of that front grill. Uh, the holding of the kid and Lewis screaming with his feathery hair back and forth, very very effective, I thought. And man, rough, right? That he wasn't able to get to his kid in time. That he stumbled and fell. So can you imagine the amount of guilt you would feel that you weren't able to get to your kid in time? Oh my God.
And
The,
especially being a medical professional too,
oh,
where like your job is to help people and save people's lives. The fact that you let your kid die is going to
oh,
haunt him the rest of his life.
my.
And it makes me feel grateful that my parents made a fence that they put me in when I was little.
Yeah,
at that
well,
age.
yeah. So the kid gets away from the adults. The truck hits the kid. Moment of silence for Gage, and I have written down in my notes here, damn.
Press F in the chat.
For sure. The aftermath of this whole thing. Judd is still there in the house. Obviously, Gage is gone. Rachel has been sedated because I'm sure she is completely beside herself. And Lewis is looking completely broken. He's got the 1,000-yard stare going. Ellie comes down and is basically waiting for God to take it back. She can still take it back, right? He can still take it back.
Yeah, man. This part was so sad. Yeah, like
It's
this was
heart
just
wrenching.
beyond sad. Yeah.
Yeah. And the dad is sitting there at the table looking through baby photos. He's still got his kid's blood all over him. I mean, it's fucking horrible. The whole thing is fucking horrible. It bites me different being a dad. It definitely does. So
Agreed.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that being a parent.
So obviously we've gone a little bit further down the road, maybe a week or so later, and we're at the
This is
funeral.
also why, I'm sorry to backtrack, but
Yeah.
this is also why a lot of times after parents lose a kid, a lot of times they break up because
Oh
they're so
yeah.
like messed
And
up
they
by
can't
the trauma that they can't move on
they can't
together
forgive each
anymore.
other. They
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
move on. They can't find comfort in
Resentment
each
comes
other.
and
Yeah. Horrible, horrible, horrible. So we're at Gage's funeral, and yeah, there's going to be a conflict between the in-law dad, the father of Rachel, and the dad of the kid who just got killed by a truck. And there's this huge brouhaha where, in fact, he says, "You killed your kid." And in fact,
dude,
there's fisticuffs to the point where the fucking coffin falls off the pedestal.
how does How does this ever happen? Like, I hope this didn't happen in the freaking 80s, bro. Like, this is
Oh,
nuts.
Could you
This is like,
imagine if this happened at my mom's funeral?
oh
yeah, like, I'm telling you,
my
like, this is the
God.
craziest thing I've ever seen. Like, what inspired this grandpa to fucking go nuts like this?
Well,
Like, come
obviously,
on.
there's no love lost between him and the in-laws to begin with. You got to be a real piece of shit to be trying to fucking pick a fight at his kid's funeral. I mean, come on, bro. You got to fucking stop it. So, the aftermath of the funeral now. Judd.
Like, yeah, just picking a fight at a funeral.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
what
I
is
mean,
going on
what a
here?
piece of shit. So, Ellie needs to be put to bed. This is the aftermath of the funeral. She said God could take it back if he really, really wanted to, right, Dad? God could really take it back. And he's like just wishing for hope and trying to give her something to give her hope, because I think you can see in his eyes there he has no fucking hope at all. At the aftermath of the funeral is Judd tells Lewis about a time in the past where a World War II vet named Tim Banterman was killed on his way home. And Mr. Bannerman was so heartbroken that he took his son and buried that service member in the Mi'kmaq burial ground, and he came back basically like a fucking zombie. And there comes your tagline. Sometimes dead is better.
Yeah, dude, this was so well done. Like, the whole story, it was very creepy. And then the tagline is just so money, dude.
Yeah, it's a good one. I agree with that. Uh, he tells him the story to basically prevent Lewis from going to attempt to do what he feels like he's going to try to do with Gage. Don't
Or
bring
does
Gage
he?
back.
Or did he just tell it to tell it
Or did
and
he
then
plant the
let him?
seed?
Yeah, yeah. Inception.
Exactly. Living Dead Inception. So the end of the story with Timmy Betterman goes where they had to basically kill him again and burn his house down. A bunch of the menfolk had to get together and hunt this guy zombie down. Not my idea of a good time. Judd feels like he's to blame for Gage's death, for introducing Lewis to the power, as he calls it. So let me ask you this, guys. If Lewis buries the cat in the Mi'kmaq cemetery, do you think that this was punishment for burying that cat? Gage's death is punishment for burying the cat in the burial ground? Is he like cursed now in a way?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Yes, he's
Because
cursed.
maybe if he doesn't bury the cat, maybe his son lives.
Yeah,
That's a very
exactly.
interesting question. I didn't even think of that.
Like a life for a life, right? Like I brought this cat back. Now I'm going to take a life from you because the books have to be balanced some way.
That's extremely interesting. Yeah.
Just a thought. I don't know if there's any fucking reality to it or not,
I
but
think that's a cool concept, though. But you're right, Bill.
so in-laws, right? Rachel and Ellie are going to leave to go to Chicago without Lewis. I got a question for you guys. Why? Why is this trip happening? Where are they going? He says he's going to follow on a little later, but I have no clue why
Yeah, I mean,
they're
are
going.
these parents like are these the grandparents like super blue bloods? Like, I mean,
That's
flying
kind
in
of the
planes
feeling
was
I'm getting. Yeah.
expensive. Like, flying in planes was extremely expensive, and it still is.
Yeah,
Like, what the hell? Yeah,
absolutely.
these people are
To
just
move the
like
plot forward.
these people are just jet setting across America like all the time. Like, it's like going to like your local gas station.
Ellie had a bad dream about her dad and someone named Paxcow.
Dude, so creepy.
Yeah. So Pascal is actually reaching out to Ellie through her dreams to get her dad at least warned or warn Ellie that her dad's going to do something. Back home, Lewis immediately goes to the cemetery to dig up his newly buried kid. He's made up his mind, I guess, probably at the airport, maybe even before, maybe the meeting with Judd the day before. Pascal basically shows up as the ghost again to tell Lewis not to bury him in that ground. The ground is sour. In Chicago, Ellie has another bad dream, and Paxcow is warning her that her dad is going to make a terrible mistake and do something bad, and implores mom to call dad to make sure that he's okay and everything is on the up and up. At this
Yeah.
scene, in this scene here, I really felt that Little Ellie did a great job with her acting, man. It
Oh
was
yeah, I
unbelievable.
agree. I
Like her
agree. She made it very
screaming and
believable.
crying and everything, very believable. I agree. So it's now time. We have shifted now. Obviously, Pascal is not getting his point across through Lewis anymore. He's exclusively going to talk to Rachel at this point. Pascal helps Rachel put the pieces of the puzzle together. She needs to get home when she's unable to contact Lewis at the house. So immediately she is gonna fucking start those gears rolling and get back to Maine to find
Dude,
out what Lewis is up to and what the hell is going on here.
I love when he like helps her at the airport.
Oh yeah, like holds the gate open and I know.
Like I love when he's like she can't find a flight and then it's like, oh, there it is, and then the woman finds it and
I
then it's
know, I
like,
know. Or like the rental car and the whole fucking thing is hilarious.
there's like a chilling line that's said around that point in time. Hold on, let me see. He says like, I'm gonna bust you out, son, like when he's like trying to like get the kid out of the grave.
Oh,
Yeah.
when he does say that.
Yeah.
When he's like digging up the kid. Yeah.
And honestly, where the hell is the damn cop? The cops come and they just flash a light. They don't even get out of the car and look. These are like the worst cops in the world. Don't freaking have anything done in Maine because that shit ain't getting solved.
Right. Well, you're right
Worst
with
cops
that.
ever.
Worst
Yeah.
cops ever, certainly.
I love when the mom says to the daughter, like, oh, he went out for maybe a hamburger or a
Or a
chicken
chicken
dinner.
sandwich or something.
No, it said a I wrote it down verbatim. Maybe he went out for a hamburger or a chicken dinner. Like that's what.
Is that what
Oh,
the
that was
men folk do when the women are away?
exactly. It was so hilarious. I mean, this is why KFC became famous, right? By their chicken dinner.
So Lewis is his heart's broken, obviously, and he is deranged, and he's digging up his kid to rebury him in the Mi'kmaq burial ground. So he takes the corpse out of the fucking coffin, wraps him up, and like holds him for a while, which is so fucking heartbreaking, right? And at this point, because Rachel contacted Judd because she was unable to get a hold of Lewis because he's out at the fucking cemetery digging his kid up. Judd is like on high alert, right? He's like, you're not going to fucking bury that kid in that cemetery. And so what does he do? He promptly falls asleep. But regardless, he's on guard duty right now. He's going to fucking take that sixer of Bud and he's going to be out on his patio and his eyes are
Yeah.
peeled for
I
our
mean, I
young
feel like he
Lewis.
did. I mean, I feel like he did sit out there for a while. He did try.
Yeah, okay. Maybe a little bit.
Good old Budweiser.
Good old Buds. Put you to
And his
sleep.
Marlboro Reds, guys. This guy is iconic America. He drinks the buddiest Bud American
Oh,
Bud, and he smokes America's Marlboro finest Reds.
you're goddamn right. He's American.
He's
He's
American. Yeah.
America.
America!
So Rachel has got a nightmare now on the plane. Zelda's creepy ass is telling her that she's going to get her,
Oh my
and
God, that was so
with
terrifying.
Gage's help, I'm freaked out by this entire fucking thing where she's like creeping around and fucking all weirdly contorted with her body and fucking in a crouching
Yeah.
position. What the fuck?
I mean,
Yeah,
I would have.
this really
I mean,
freaked me out. I didn't
I mean,
like
I
this.
would have needed to put that emergency oxygen that comes down from the plane, like in a case of an emergency, because I was like, I was literally in cardiac arrest when this was going on.
Yeah, man. This was fucked up on a lot of different levels where she's like crawling around like all fucking it's like it's her disjointed body with that fucking face and what she's saying is like all fucking weird. I don't know, man.
Sassos, imagine me like going up your stairs like that. You wouldn't.
I
like
would,
it.
I would just jump off the roof. I would just jump off the roof.
Not
I
even
would be
try
so.
to confront
I would
you.
just end my own. I would just end my own life. I would just be so afraid. I would be so afraid. I would just take my own life. I don't even know.
So let me get this with you guys. Judd was out on his patio, right? He's got his eyes peeled for Lewis. He falls asleep, like I alluded to before. One Bud is drank out of that six. Let's just keep a running tally, okay? One Bud was drank. He fell asleep. All right. Lewis is on his way to the burial ground. He gets by the very good defenses of Judd. Literally, trees are falling in his way, and he's just kind of walking around them. Nothing to see
Yes, that
here.
was another lewd. Like literally, nature was trying to stop him. You
Yeah,
know?
like nothing to see here. I'm just going to continue moving through the forest, I guess.
No, I think it was like the world was trying to stop him. You know?
It's literally that's exactly what it is. So Pascal is we're going back and forth now because we're like rushing to this crescendo of the movie. Pascal is assisting Rachel all the way fucking back home. He's at the fucking airport gate. He's at the rental car assist. He's the most helpful ghost on the whole wide world.
Yeah, he's in the trucker. He's in the trucker truck, and he gets her.
Exactly.
You know, makes funny lines like,
Trucker clock.
"Who wants it, baby?"
Who wants it? So yeah, Pascal is a fucking. If I were a Jewish American, I would say he's a real mensch. He's doing everything that he can do to get her where she needs to go to save the day. So great, right? Lewis gets to the burial ground. Final warning is a vision of a face leaping out of a cluster of rocks in the below. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that vision that he sees of that face is Judd's bloody face. A little bit of foreshadowing of Judd's death. What do you think about that?
I think you just blew my mind again with that because I couldn't tell what it was when it
I
happened.
think it was Judd's like cut mouth from where his actual final death. But
I think you're right
Wow.
now that you mention that.
Wow.
What do you think, Tom? Am I right or no? Do you give a shit?
I mean, possibly. I mean,
All right.
you know.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. So,
I mean, you could be right. I have to rewatch the movie again.
well, just watch it the first time. That's good, right? Or no?
I watched it the first time. That's why we're here.
Oh, okay. So, what did you think
Hey,
when
Tim.
the face jumped out of the rock?
It should take notes.
I don't know. I got scared. And I
Oh,
was
you
like,
got okay.
wow, that's why we're here.
That's why we're here, because it's so scary. So scary, Tombstone Tom. So, all right. Nothing is going to stop Lewis. His mind is set. He's going to bury this kid. There is no amount of scares or nature or ghosts or anything that's going to stop him from trying to bring his kid back to life. The rental car that Rachel is in, that Pascal kind of set her up with, blows a flat tire. And Pascal appears and basically professes to Rachel, it's trying to stop you from getting there, obviously, right? So Rachel decides she's going to hitch a ride from an Orenco trucker. How about that? The irony there, huh? They speed the entire time, I'm sure, all the way. They're going to get her there in record fucking time. Faster than she would ever drive, I'm sure. What do you think? Was there any danger of Rachel hitching a ride with an Orenco driver?
No, I don't know, man. Like I said, man, many times the '80s was a different time.
Yeah,
Hitchhiking was very popular.
that's true. I'm just so suspicious of a.
Yeah, hitchhiking was like a big thing.
It
Like
was a
back
big
then.
thing. So was like sexual assault and stuff.
Whoa.
It was.
Hold on there.
I mean, Bill
Easy,
is
Bill.
correct. Yeah.
Well, an attractive woman getting into a cab of a truck, I don't know. I immediately,
Listen,
my spidey
man,
sense was like,
if a girl
whoa.
gets in my car, like
Yeah.
if she just wants a ride, like just give me $20. We good.
Okay, we call it even there. All right.
Tom is the good trucker.
Tom the Good Trucker.
Exactly.
I like that. I like that as a nickname for him. Tom the Good Trucker.
Tom the good trucker.
I mean, the rules of the road. The rules of the world.
Yeah.
The rules.
I mean,
of the road.
I'm going to divulge. I have given homeless people rides before too.
Wow,
Like
is that a
I'm that
fact?
crazy. I'm that crazy guy that picks people up in
What?
modern day, and my wife yells at me. Yeah.
She should yell at you. That's terrible. Don't do that. It's that damn
Just trying to help people.
Why?
I'm just trying to help.
Why?
There's-
People need help. People need
There's
help.
still good people in this world, man. That's what we're trying to prove, Bill.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll leave the fucking hitchhike gathering to
But
you
if
guys.
they're a cute woman, I expect something out of it.
Yeah, a 20, like you said before.
No,
So
man.
here
I'm
we go.
serious. The one time it
Hey,
saved our
but you know what?
soup. It saved.
I have a nice apartment here. If you need a bed, you
Oh
know.
God,
Uh, uh,
nauseating. So Rachel picked up by a hitchhiker and a Renko driver that same company that killed her kid. They're speeding towards the house to try and get to our fateful husband Lewis, who's doing all the bad things. Right. So Lewis arrives home, looking dead tired, and Gage is alive. He's pushing rocks out of the way of where he was buried in that burial ground. Gage, now that Dad is at home and he's probably knocked the fuck out sleeping, Gage arrives home and goes through his dad's med bag and gets his scalpel out for him. What's he going to do with that? Wait, what are you going to do there? What are you going to do with that little sharp implement, friend? Well, I'll tell you what he's going to do.
Slice.
Slicey. Zombie Gage is going to go across the street, not get hit by a car this time, and go into Judd's house. Now, Judd's six-pack, we already went over the fact that he drank one. Now there's 5 drunk and 1 in the 6. So my question to you is this, guys. Is he sleep drinking Budweisers? What the fuck is going on here?
Or did the kid drink them?
No.
The zombie kid.
The zombie kid. Or is this just a continuity error on the
fucking drank them all? Yeah.
Is being a zombie kid that exhausting and thirst quenching needed that you have to drink 5 beers?
If you were a zombie kid, wouldn't you?
I would. Yes. Although Budweiser may kill you. It's not good for you, but
yeah, it's not good.
It's not really
We're
good.
sorry, Budweiser.
Yeah. I mean, there's such a higher level of beer out there now, and it's still available. So, anyway, enough banging on Budweiser. Judd wakes up because he hears a bang on the door, like the door just closed. Judd stands up and sees muddy footprints of kid footprints that have gone into his house. Tombstone Tom, this has all happened to you. Do you go inside and try and find the little young man who's wandered into your house? All right. So, Startled Sassos, would you go inside?
I say roll credits. I'm out of there. I'm not going
I
in the
get in my
house.
car and I leave?
Yeah, this is how the movie ends. I get away. I get away to safety. Pan to me in another state overlooking an ocean.
And Sassos lives happily ever after. That's what happened. All right. Judd has got his little pocket knife that he's going to walk around his house. And literally, the kid, Zombie Gage, is laughing throughout the entire fucking house, right?
Zombie Gage is Insidious the movie before Insidious the movie.
You're absolutely correct. Zombie Gage is creepy as fuck. And he is running around Judd's house, giggling.
Cerebrally mind-fucking the hell out of Judd, yeah.
Just super creepy, leading Judd upstairs. So Judd has got his pocket knife out, and he's going to check underneath the bed. And who distracts Judd but none other than Church, distracts Judd from looking completely under the bed, and while Church jump scares Judd, Gage slices Judd's Achilles tendon clear through the only way Scalpel could without any fucking toughness at all. And obviously that hurts.
Like freaking knife through butter, man.
Fuck.
Not
like
good.
Knife through butter.
Absolutely. Judd goes down like any man would. Zombie Gage then jumps and slices Judd's face clear across, gives him the Joker smile, and while he's down, he bites through Judd's throat, killing Judd. Moment of silence for Judd.
That's creepy as hell.
Creepy as
yeah, dude.
hell.
Yeah, man. The special effects on this death scene was crazy.
Unbelievable,
good.
Right? I thought they were fucking great. The discussion as how to handle the zombie Gage on screen came to light when he was used. They were going to use the actor, right? That they didn't want to use the actor because he's just a little kid. So they kind of touched on the possibility of using a little person for some of these scenes. And instead, they wisely settled on a combination of Miko Hughes, the young boy, and a puppet. And anytime there was blood, the puppet was used because the film crew didn't want to traumatize Miko as he was such a impressionable young kid. But I got to be honest with you, like you guys already said, Judd's death is fucking horrifying. That cut across the face, the biting of the throat, the whole fucking deal. I was freaked the fuck out by the way this guy died.
Agreed, man. A really crazy on-screen death, and they held nothing back. They showed it all, baby.
Oh, you're right. And it's one of those deals where if I'm going to review a killer kill of the week or put a top kill in my horror movie catalog, this is one that's coming up because, man, it is so fucking hard to watch. Rachel gets dropped off right around when the truly scary death of Judd happens. And Pascal says this is the end of the line for him. He stays in the cab and said he can't go any further to help. She says, I'm sure things will be fine. And Pascal says, I'm not. And the truck driver drives away with Pascal in the cab. Unfortunately, the truck leaves. And she, instead of going towards her house, she immediately hears her name called from Judd's. And then a kid's laughter. So she goes in. The person who called Rachel's name from Judd's house, was that Zelda, you think? Or was that, it wasn't the kid. The kid wouldn't call out Rachel.
That's creepy.
Yeah,
I did
I
not
think it
even.
was Zelda, right?
I
Rachel,
didn't.
Rachel.
I didn't think of that, man, and that's creepy. Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I believe that too.
I'm not going to be able to go to sleep tonight. By the way.
So there's a cat jump scare in the mix. It gets Rachel. It got me too. She calls out for Judd when she enters Judd's home. She goes upstairs. She did have a dream when she was on the plane that basically had the same setup, right? There was an attic staircase that was expanded down to the ground, and she needed to go underneath of the staircase in order to get to a door, and that door was where Zelda was saying, I'm gonna get you, and all this other fucking crazy shit. This setup was the one in her dream. She needs to go underneath the stairs that are leading from the attic to get into Judd's room where she's hearing the laughter. Pretty fucked up if you consider that she's already had that foreshadowing given to her. She goes into Judd's room. There's no Judd, but we do see a Zelda. And that
Freaky, scariest part of the movie, part 2. Yeah.
creepy
And
crouch walking over to her, screaming at her.
and also, why is the baby in a top hat like he's the fucking WB frog, like
Right.
from
Hello, my
freaking Looney
baby. Hello,
Tunes?
my darling.
Hello, my ragtime, yeah.
The kid in the top hat is a painting that was in the mother and father's room, the in-laws' house, of Zelda as a young person with a top hat on, and there's a cat in there that was a black or a gray cat that kind of looked like Church. More foreshadowing of where we were going. That whole thing, that whole creepy Zelda deal, morphs to Gage, zombie Gage, dressed up like a creepy painting, and Rachel, elated to see her son alive, rushes in, and I brought you something, Mommy, is what he says.
Oh my god, that line! I literally wrote that down too because it was so standoutish, you know.
I brought you something, Mommy. It's the scalpel.
But that's what kids say to you when you come home, you know, like I made you something at school, Dad, or whatever. It's like along the same lines.
So fucked
It's realistic kid talk.
I know, it's so fucked up.
It put her guard down.
Yeah, certainly. And then she closes the distance to go and hug her kid. We don't see Rachel die. We get a blood-curdling scream. Moment of silence for Rachel. She did not make it out of Judd's either. So there you have it. Mom is now dead. And this...
F in the chat. F in the chat.
Lewis wakes up.
And again, this is kill number 2 in my book.
Oh, bullshit.
Judd dying is kill number one. Her dying is technically kill number
So the
two
truck
in my
didn't
book.
kill Gage.
No, he
Uh,
was killed by natural causes of running in the road with a truck.
No,
God. So Lewis wakes up and takes a wicked bump off of the fucking corner of the nightstand. Did you guys catch that when he fucking like jolted awake and like bounced his head
Yeah,
off of the
dude.
nightstand?
Yeah, dude, he got jacked up, bro. Yeah.
He fucked
Like if
himself
life
up.
wasn't hard enough right now, if life wasn't hard enough
I,
being Lewis,
I know. He bounces his head off the corner of the fucking nightstand. Like, what the fuck? So, all right. When he falls out, he rebounds. It looked like a brutal fucking hit. I'm not going to lie. I think the actor actually probably got hurt. Lewis is now got to play detective. Detective Creed over here. He's not an MD, he's a detective. There's a missing scalpel on the ground. There's muddy footprints all over his house. All roads lead to Judd's. And his suspicions of everything being fucked up are either further fortified when his in-law calls and says Ellie is in hysterics. She's had a bad dream about her mom dying. Did Rachel get home? And obviously Lewis is like, what? She even left? I didn't even know she was coming fucking home. So this would lead you to believe something's fucked up, right?
yeah, man, it's a bad sign.
The very next phone call after he hangs up with Irwin
Is
is
Baby
Zombie
Gage.
Gage.
Baby Gage somehow can fucking operate a telephone,
Yeah.
even though he can't even keep himself
You
safe.
learn a lot in the afterlife. You
He,
learn how
he
to
drinks beers. He makes collect calls.
he works rotary phones. He's all over the place. So
the afterlife sounds pretty sweet.
yeah, that sounds like he was like the Matrix. He learned a lot of shit overnight. I know how to operate a phone. Gage says, and I have a fucking quote written down here. I played with Judd. Then Mommy came and I played with her. Now I want to play with you.
So disturbing. So
Ayo, ayo.
What the fuck? So
so disturbing.
the doc comes prepared, okay, with drugs. So
Yes.
he fills up a bunch of fucking syringes and he heads over to the front of Judd's house where Churchill the cat is basically standing guard. And he sees him and throws a stake out there and basically euthanizes his ass while with drugs. So is this another moment of silence for church? Is it zombie church moment of silence? Maybe.
Yeah, this was the actual kill.
Press
Yeah.
F in the chat.
In the zombie chat.
But also, like, I want to know as a pharmacist what he used in that syringe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like what kills a cat that quickly, do you think?
Fentanyl.
I don't think that was a thing in the 80s, was it?
No, dude, fentanyl is what they give pregnant women in epidurals.
Oh.
Like, fentanyl's been around forever, dude.
All
Yeah.
right. All
It's
right.
just, it's just the most recently abused drug, you know?
Yeah. Well, and it takes so little to do so much, too, I guess.
I'm very surprised I was right in that. But, yeah,
Congratulations.
fentanyl.
So,
It also could be a super high dose of benzodiazepines like Xanax and stuff like that because they use that in like tranquilizing and in higher doses it will kill you. So
all right.
that's actually what a dentist. So there was this big Dateline thing on regular TV years ago about this dentist in Kingston that killed his best friend so he could have his wife, and he used benzodiazepines to kill him.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent.
Yes.
That's some good local history there. Jesus Christ. Kingston, New York is a dangerous place.
Yeah, man. It was all over Dateline.
Not as bad as Newburgh.
No, the Dirty Burg is still worse. You're correct at that.
I'm still here.
So,
Woo-woo.
whoop, whoop. So the doc kills off the zombie cat henchman. So we already have one off the board, right? The doctor goes inside. At first, he sees Judd's house like a burned up, upside down, Stranger Things kind of place. What did you make of
Yeah,
that?
he was like in like an alternate reality. It looked so creepy. It
Fucking
made you think
bizarre,
like, what's
right?
going on? Yeah.
I didn't really know what to make of that. I didn't know how to fucking take that. Like, what the fuck
Me
am I looking
neither.
at?
And it was short lived too, because like afterwards it was like,
Yeah,
okay, now the house is back to normal. Like, what's going
he
on
like
here?
snapped out of it or some shit. I don't know what the fuck that was, quite frankly. He goes upstairs because Gage is doing little haha fucking tricks, ha ha ha, and like laughing all the way up the stairs, just like he did with the mom and with Judd for that matter. He's going to go get Gage. The laughter leads the dad, Lewis, to Judd's room again. And the attic stairs that were previously down when Rachel came in are now completely busted up and broken. Uh, he goes into Judd's room, just like Rachel did, and tucked under Judd's bed is Judd.
It's
Fucked up.
it's a dead Judd.
A special effect off the fucking top, bro. I mean, I gotta be honest with you, the fucking face on Judd on that was so fucking gross. For that scene, when Lewis discovers Judd's body, the sculpture of Fred Gwynn's head was used rather than the actor himself, which is why they shot Judd's face so briefly. They kind of just flashed his face, like his fucking mouth is like half missing, and his eyes are all bugged out and shit. It was fucked up.
That was a good job.
It was a good job. They did a good job with the special effects. Lewis runs
Great
out,
job.
obviously. It's jaw
Great job.
dropping. And all of a sudden, also who drops is Rachel. Drops down from the attic, hung, stops short of basically knocking. She knocks Lewis down, but basically stops short of hitting the ground on the way down. Also out of the attic, swan diving onto Lewis is Zombie Gage with a scalpel that he's wielding.
Like like Super Greg Louganis dive from the Olympic
A
pool. Like,
fucking head
how is this
dive.
possible?
Fucking amazing, man. So the fight is on, right? Dad versus son. So the fight is on. Lewis gets stabbed and sliced and beaten up by Zombie Gage. Let me ask you this, Tombstone Tom. Does Zombie Gage have like super strength at all, or what do you make of that?
I mean, he must have.
He's beating the shit out of this full grown man.
Like, look at this. He's just tanking shots.
And not to mention he's getting sliced up with that surgical steel too. So
I mean, he is like a ninja. He's like cutting him in 18 different ways, and then he like cuts his chest really bad. Like, I thought he was a goner
I
there.
thought he was dead too. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I don't know that I've seen all this movie all the way through. This is my first time through watching this movie for the review, and I thought maybe there was a real possibility this fucking guy was not gonna make it out of this. So he gets sliced to high heaven, right?
I thought he was done for. I'm like, who's gonna stop this murderous baby? Yeah.
Eventually, he appeals to some part of Gage that still is his son and kind of gives him like this come to daddy sort of thing. And Gage kind of like walks in with the fucking scalpel at the ready and he gives him a quick needle to the fucking throat, euthanizing him essentially.
And the kid is almost like, you didn't play by the rules. Like, kind of like just storms
Yeah.
off like a kid would. It was
Yeah.
so
Was it like
disturbing
the
in so many
saddest death
ways.
ever or what? He just
It was both sad and like
It was so
heartbreaking.
weird. It was so weird.
he
Ugh,
basically said
I hated it.
it's not fair. Not fair.
Not fair. Not fair.
As he's dying, yeah, with the sad face and everything. He like goes around the corner and like angry face dies. Like he throws himself in the
He
corner.
was like he was like pouting like you just ate his cookie. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The baby cry is what got me because they have the kid, Zombie Gage, like with his mouth open, but it's not like his sounds. It's like the sounds of almost like a newborn baby crying.
Yeah, it was really creepy.
Fucking
It was
bad,
really
man. That is fucking rough, dude. Very sad. Having to kill your kid twice. What the fuck is going on here, bro? So literally, Lewis, a broken and fractured soul, burns the entire fucking house down. Why do you think it was necessary to burn the entire fucking house down?
Might as well.
Mine is
Fuck
because
it.
why
I
not?
mean, that's how the good old boys in the WW2 post World War did it to save that.
You're right.
You know,
Yeah, that's a callback to that. Certainly is. He takes his dead wife out with him, And I'm like, no, not again. What the fuck?
Well, it's
Yeah,
still
dude.
warm. It's still warm.
This was the biggest plot twist. Like, I
I
was like,
know.
I thought the movie was over when he torched that house, and I'm like, why is he keep making the same mistakes
Our buddy
over and over
Pascal
again?
shows up in the middle of the road and goes like, no, no,
Why?
don't do
Why
this.
does he Jimmy? Why? Why does he Jimmy? Tell me why.
I don't know.
He loves her. I think is the answer. I don't know if it's
Well,
the
of course, yeah, but I mean, but like, clearly, the first two times it hasn't
answer.
worked out. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and
She just
expecting a
died.
different
She just
result.
died. She'll be fine.
Yeah,
She
and
just
that's what
died.
he says, right? He says
Yeah,
that she's basically freshly dead. This is what's going to make the difference. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Lewis takes no warnings from Pascal, goes right to the Mi'kmaq fucking burial ground. A good reasoning on why this would work, Tom. Did you like the solid reasoning out of this?
Absolutely not. This guy's a fucking moron.
Well, also at this point, guys, he's beyond the point of no return,
Oh,
right? I mean, you
100%.
got to
He's
think about
broken,
it.
bro.
When he buries the kid, he's telling himself so many lies
Yes.
that he's believing his lies. You
Yes.
know?
You're absolutely correct. So, right on cue, Rachel returns as a zombie, and she kills Lewis after an eye-oozing French kiss that was gross as shit. Uh, dude,
eh, eh, eh.
yeah,
I thought it was gross too.
it was so fucking gross. Come on, dude. There's no appealing quality to any of this shit at all.
Only a
And
husband
beggars
could
can't
love.
be choosers, bro.
Which also begs the question: how bad did Zombie Gage slice his mom up? Half of her fucking face was missing.
Seriously, man.
Yeah, rough, really rough. So obviously, moment of silence for our buddy Lewis Creed. He is
Our
dead.
F in
main
the chat,
character.
everyone. F in the chat.
Our main
So,
character.
and that's how the credits roll. The Ramones kick on for a Pet Sematary song. Stephen King was a big fan of the Ramones and referenced some of their songs in his novel in Pet Sematary. In homage, the Ramones wrote and performed a theme song of Pet Sematary, which was featured in the film's closing credits. The truck driver was also listening to Sheena is a Punk Rocker by the Ramones when he plows and kills Gage originally. So there you go. The Ramones are featured in the movie Pet Sematary. I love the Ramones. I love punk music, so that was a cool little tidbit. Final
Agreed.
thoughts on the movie Pet Sematary. Let's go to So Startled Sassos first. What are your final thoughts?
I mean, you know me. I am the best grader. If you want a teacher, you want this guy grading your papers. I thought this was a fantastic movie. Again, hits all the boxes. Classic '80s horror movie. Puts your like mind at edge. Bill, you mentioned all the good parts about the angels and demons kind of guiding us through life.
Yeah.
And I love this movie. I
Yeah.
love this movie. I love I had the Mandela effect. I love the Pet Cemetery 2 that I thought was Pet Cemetery 1. And I'm so glad we did this review to reveal a new movie that I love. So,
Yeah.
yes.
It's a good deal. I'm with you, Sassos. I did like the movie. Good creep factor, great effects, decent acting. Fred Gwynn. That's all I'm going to say there. I love me some Fred Gwynn. Quality, but I don't. I think it falls short of being great. Hard to believe that Lewis would go back for a third fucking helping. He went to the same well 3 times, and that's hard to believe for me. I don't care how broken his soul Lewis is by the end of it. He's fucking way gone if he thinks that's going to work for a third time. Third swing at the fucking ball. The burial ground set was awesome. I'll leave my pumpkin rating until we hear final thoughts from Tombstone Tom. What do you got, Tom?
Oh boy, you're gonna love this.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna leave it at a 3.
Whoa, you're giving your pumpkin rating right out bat. What do you got? You got a 3. Why a 3, Tom?
And it's a 3 rotten pumpkins.
Ooh, that's bad, I guess, huh?
It's like this movie was just meh to me.
Wow.
But also, it's just me personally. The cats. I didn't like the cat.
Okay,
the
the
cat.
cats. All right.
The cat was just
So,
very,
so
like I
what's your
said before.
what's your
Like
pumpkin rating though? Is it 3 pumpkins or is it something different?
it's a 3.5, but it's a rotten pumpkin.
Okay, so you wouldn't recommend it, but you do give it a 3.5. That's a pretty high ranking, isn't it? For not
But it's
recommending
a
it?
but it's a rotten pumpkin.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
So it's like negative? Are
Are you
you
going
saying that
negative
you're creating a new
3.5?
rating of negative pumpkins by saying they're rotted?
You can take that as what you want.
I don't know. I want you to take it for what it is. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. So is it negative 3.5 or is it 3.5 wouldn't recommend it? Um,
Take that as what you want.
I don't know what that means. All right, for
It's kind of
me,
like the ending of Sopranos. Do you think Tony died or do you think he lived?
Fade to black. Yes.
okay.
Yes, Tom is leaving us on a cliffhanger for the rest of our
Non-committal
lives.
pumpkin. This is the first time in horror movie Maven's history he took us all the way to the fucking end of episode fucking what is this 19? Episode 19.
20, 20,
It's
20, 20,
episode
20.
20. He won't give us a fucking pumpkin rating. He says 3.5, but they're rotten. No clue what that means. This is very
How
controversial.
else would you take a rotten pumpkin rating?
It's a
I would
negative
say they're negative.
3.5. Negative? I guess it must be negative. So listen, that is fucking controversial, and you're going to get filleted online for this. I'm joking.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to talk about this later on.
Yeah, okay. All right. For me, I'm giving it a regular 3 pumpkin rating for myself on a personal level. I think it speaks to me as a dad, but I can see why it would not speak to people who aren't parents. Like I can see that. There is like I said before, is a really good creep factor, and I think it is. I think it's quality though, and I think 3 pumpkins is a pretty decent rating as far as that goes. So, Startled Sassos, give me your pumpkin rating, rotten or
I
not.
I think I give a four clean pumpkins. I
Nice.
mean, I know that I'm a good grader.
Yeah.
I gave The Shining obviously the five. There are
Yes.
very few movies that get five for me, but definitely this is a good movie. It's definitely a B, in the scale of A to F. Again, this hits all the boxes. I grew up loving Pet Sematary in my head, not realizing that I was thinking of the wrong movie. I was thinking of the sequel. But again, this movie was enjoyable. It was well written. It was well directed. The scenery was good.
Yeah.
The casting was good. The acting was good. The graphics were great. So again, this is just like a solid B movie. Very enjoyable. I'll definitely enjoy watching it again.
I agree with you, Sassos. And Tom, your controversial take is just exactly that,
So
controversial.
yeah, it's very controversial. So I get that, but yeah, I just no, I'm the exact
So you
negative of
didn't
that.
you didn't you didn't enjoy anything about this movie, dude?
I mean, it's okay, but I just
Wow.
the cats I didn't like it.
Well, there's one cat. What the hell are
There's
you
one.
talking about?
Well, technically, Bill, there were nine actor cats,
It's a
so
fair
he's
point.
right. He's right.
You're absolutely right. Well,
So
that
yeah, I didn't like it.
that okay, fair enough. And that's your bow on Pet Cemetery. Tom gives you negative 3 pumpkins. We've got a 4 out of So Startled Sassos.
Rotten pumpkins.
Rotten to the core. He literally made that up on the fly. I did not sanction rotten pumpkins, but that's what we're going with. We're going with rotten pumpkins are negatives now. And I gave you a 3 regular plumpy pumpkins. No rot. Hold the rot. That brings me to your next assignment, Mavens. It's 1992's Leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's is
Yes.
right around the corner. We got to
Oh,
break out our.
sure. I can't wait.
I'm the leprechaun. What was that from? Damn.
I don't
It was
know.
something making fun of that movie. It was like something like years ago with like Chris Farley.
Young leprechaun, yeah.
Yeah.
The Warwick Davis classic Leprechaun, 92's Leprechaun. We're going to review that next. And that's your new assignment, Mavens, for next week. Thank you so much for listening. We want to hear from you.
Wait, hold on, Bill. I'll tell you, it's 100 leprechauns.
100 there's no such thing as a rating of 100 leprechauns.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you right now, it is.
I have to put guardrails on you, Tom. You cannot just arbitrarily give me different scales of rating. You son of a bitch. You're ruining the entire rating scale. Regardless, that is your new assignment for the week, Mavens. We thank you so much for listening. Give us some feedback on Podbeam, Instagram, TikTok, all of the socials.
1,000 shamrocks.
Check us out and give us some show ideas, maybe some movies you'd like us to review, and just about anything else, right? Just drop us a line. Tell us how good you like the episode. Maybe give us some ideas on how to make it better or fix it. Got to make sure you subscribe. Got to make sure we get the podcast out there, either by word of mouth or share it with a friend. Whatever we got to do, let's make Horror Movie Mavens the best podcast we possibly can. In the meantime, enjoy those horror movie experiences out there, except for Tombstone, Tom. Stay scary. For Bad Luck Bill, he's Tombstone Tom. That one over there is So Startled Sassos. Keep it scary. Stay scary. See you on the flip side.
Yes, sir.